there's a lot of people who's talking a lot of crap about New York, not holding it down. You know what I'm saying? In regards to, you know, the nigger word. But right now we holding it down on something much bigger. You know what I'm saying? That Fat Joe situation is one thing, but we got human trafficking is a very important topic, situation. Top of the year, folks, January 1st. Happy Revolution. You know what I'm saying? It's time for the New Year revolution, and the revolution must be televised. You see me, so it must be televised. What's up, beautiful ladies, wonderful gents? We are here back again with another exclusive. You got Don M, the FDMG Boogeyman, hollering at you about a very strong, important topic. Stay focused with me because I got a good one. This is all a freestyle, so always remember when it comes as a freestyle, it's natural, and when it's natural, it's God. So happy New Year, folks. Happy New Revolution time. You know what I'm saying? We got to wake up and rise and shine. This is the major shout out to the young lady, the victim, Ali Carter. I believe in her. I believe that she's a victim 100%. And I'm going to start this year off focusing on her and her whole situation, and not just her, but the children. So it's all about the children, folks. It's all about the children. And like I said, you don't want to miss this one. I just got to get it a little brewing and steaming. I got to get the hot pot. You know, I got to get the coffee pot warmed so we can sip on this good old cinnamon coffee. You know what I'm saying? If you want to have some cinnamon honey tea, you can have some cinnamon honey tea as well. But we're going to get into something that so many people are afraid to talk about. And my question is, what are Pan Africans doing about this? As a matter of fact, I should have changed the topic. My bad. What are Pan Africans doing about human trafficking of black people? Shout out to Ali Carter. And I know that folks, you know, saying just really letting this situation just disappear. But you know what's like she says, we're gonna do this whether we have one person in the chat or whether we have 2,000 people tuning in. It don't matter. We're gonna talk about these children because the most important thing focusing on this new year is our children. Is that correct? Not just our children, but the safety of our people. And it starts with protecting those children. So, folks, as we sit back in this new year, sipping on the eggnog, sipping on the henny, I want you to sip on this tea, this coffee, and get it through your thick skulls that this is revolution time. This ain't time for drama. This ain't time for nonsense. This ain't time for the cooning. This is the time for organizing because we must have a revolution and it must start within ourselves. So we got a good topic. Um, I got a few videos that I want to be playing. Hopefully, my internet service don't be giving me crap. So I'm gonna line this up real good for us. You know what I'm saying? I got like maybe 3, 4 videos that we're gonna be going through. Okay, we got 3, 4 videos that we're gonna be going through, and I'm giving the video. So, folks, we got some time. How was your day today? How was your day yesterday? What's your plans for this year? Are you ready for revolution? Because it's definitely revolution time. Now, so many of us, so many men are so focused on the wrong things, such as stuff like this. Oh, it disappeared on me. We so focused on women and their body parts that we not understand that these women start out as little kids and they are using these body parts, folks. So we're going to give you we're gonna start off with a little Ali Carter because you know what I'm saying this is the Ali Carter challenge. And I'm challenging myself to give up focus, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get focused because this focus is very important. This focus is more important than you can imagine. So I'm gonna
I am trying my best to
let
let
her
go and
talk a
let
little bit.
God, but the world just keeps getting distracted. And I'm trying to.
let her talk a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let her talk her little talk. You know, because it's important that we hear her voice, hear what she has to say, and it's important. But a lot of folks are so afraid of this topic. When you look at people who's part of a so-called conscious community, and you pay attention to what they're talking about, they just want to have debates and arguments, and they want to just go back and forth and try and prove that they're smarter than the next man. These 36-year-old, 37-year-old boys, you know what I'm saying, young men, so annoying. They researching online, they researching, and they getting little information from this data that they are being given, and they not talking these facts that this women that's living still able to be around and tell the story. They not focused on this because we not really focused on black love. We not focused on black unity. Well, I'm not gonna say we because I am. And so if you listening to me and you're going to watch this video and you're going to be part of this historic time where we're going to have revolution. This is revolution time. And I'm just saying thank you for tuning in. And hopefully we can get a couple more folks to really pay attention because it's important. I seen this one person, and this one person said, you know what I'm saying, maybe we just need to start doing this right here. So I don't know if you can see what it say, but it says, what about the children? Remember back in the days, you used to always get a piece of some money and it had writing on it. You know what I'm saying? Well, we're going to pass this little chain gang. So I'm kicking it off. What about the children? Hashtag Ali Carter. All right. So that's what we're doing. What about the children? Every time we spend some money, folks, is what about the children? Start writing on your bills. What about the children? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do another bill live right now. What about the children? We're going to put it on the $20 bill. We're going to take a $20 bill. Is what about the children, all right? That's what this is about right now. This is about the children, right? People want to open up schools for kids. They want to raise money for kids. They want to use the kids and to get some dollars, right? So right now, what about the children? What about the children? We need to get this going, folks. All right. Everybody start writing on your money. What about the children? Hashtag Ali Carter. Like I said, this is not going to be an easy one because this is a real life one. This is a real the video I did yesterday. Sorry that the internet. I mean, sorry that my phone went dead. Most likely this is going to happen with this one too. I'm at about like 80% charge. It's on the charger right now, but I know this is going to be a 2-hour live easy. You know what I'm saying? Because they got some video footage to go through. And this is what we're doing. That's when the victims, Ali Carter, turned out from a young girl, made into a prostitute and used in many ways. And right now, God is using her to save these babies. They also said she might be the daughter of Tupac. Children.
También.
Ali Carter.
If it's what it's supposed to be, right?
What about the children? Ali Carter. Start marking the bills. And put this in circulation.
Hi. I have a question for you guys. Do y'all see my face? Y'all see my face? question. I have a question for all of y'all, because I know a lot of you guys have questions for us. So I have a question for you guys this time. So this is an interactive live. Please stay focused. I have a question. Today is January 1st.
All right. Shout out.
It's like teaching all over again. It's January 1st, 2025.
Where are the children at?
Y'all ready for my question? So we're all ears. What's your question? Thank you. Okay. Today is January 1st, 2025. And first I'm going to pray, because y'all know that I know a lot of people don't believe in Jesus, but I've seen him work, and I know that he has got to do something, and he's got to do the rest. So let's pray real quick. Yeah. Father God, we thank you for this day, Jesus. Please let every word that comes out of my mouth be of you, God. Please set a righteous anger and a fire in those that need to speak for your children. We ask that you keep us protected through everything that's going on, God. And we just thank you for everything that you do for us in process and progress. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay, you ready? I have a question for you. This is your turn. Okay, I'm going to keep the comments on for a second, because I have a question for you.
Appreciate you.
Today is January 1st, and this is the sign. I know it's kind of not mirrored, but it says, I am not on TikTok. Okay. So it's January 1st, 2025.
I don't know why that happened.
Over here in the corner. Is this talk about the kids? I made this with my notebook that I write in.
See, she has a notebook. We have
Thanks
notebooks.
for loving my sign.
We still writing notebooks.
So, it's January 1st of 2025. And you know, everybody says Happy New Year. Like you just said, Happy New Year in the beginning. But my question is, how is it a new year if we're not doing anything new? Right? A lot of platforms, they expect your hard-earned money out of your wallet, to speak about Happy New Year when it feels like we should be saying, may the odds be ever in your favor. Because it doesn't seem like we're doing anything new.
Nope.
It just seems like we're going in the same circle. Everybody has this New Year's resolution. Everybody wants to holler, New Year, new me. Is it really? If we're not doing anything new.
I agree.
What is stopping you? See, real journalists don't have real integrity anymore.
What
There's really
about
no
the
real
children?
journalism, is there?
You get real journalism here, baby.
Because aren't you exhausted?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you exhausted with the drama and the clickbait, the orchestrated back and forth?
Mm-hmm.
People can make 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour videos, making edits and content. If you are a content creator of some type, do you know how much work that is?
Yes.
Do you? We are.
Let me tell you something. I didn't want to go live today. I was not going to go live today, but when I was just scrolling, trying to find something to watch, as I laid down, I watched her. And as I laid down, I got my ass back up, and I said, I must go live. At first, I said, let me just do a short on it. And so I did my short, and I said, no, sir, that's not enough, sir. That's not enough. That's not going to make it. That's not Black Power-ish enough. We need to do a little bit more than write on the dollar bill and hashtag Allie Carter. We got to get out. We got to be real journalists. And so I decided to go live. But I wasn't going to go live, especially on this topic. I was actually going to go live on, whatever I had in my live box. You know what I'm saying? My live TV guide, you know what I'm saying? I was going to just go on that. I was going to go do a super cone video, but I was like, I don't think I want to talk about Umar today. Nah, I don't want to give him no spotlight. And so I was like, maybe if I don't do that, then I won't go live at all. But no, the spirit said, no, I need you to talk about this young lady right here and talk about what she wants you to talk about.
We turn ourselves out, inside out. We don't have our animals. We have tried our best to speak and people dogpile on us. So what are you doing different? That's my question. Seriously, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm exhausted in ways that I can't even explain. The death threats are thick. You guys know there's arrest coming. You guys know what's supposed to be done. And for years and years and years and years and years and years and decades before I was even a thought of, we are still doing the same shit.
Now, mind you, folks, she's younger than I, and she feels the same way as I. She's been in the world of hell. She's been in the underground world. She's been in the dark, deep tunnels, and I ain't really talking about the physical tunnel. I'm talking about tunnels of life. She's been in pits of hell, and as she coming out and still being strong enough to say it's not about her, it's about the children. What are we doing different from the time before she was born? She's in her 30s. Before she was born, what are we doing different? We can keep doing the back and forth. What the hell? Oh. What are we gonna do differently?
Who's exhausted? Who's really exhausted? Because when you see the people that make these videos and these clickbait and these all of this content
for money and everything else, and the real journalists can't even get a
where is that
dollar.
Content out about the children?
But it's okay.
People really wanted to talk
it's
about
right.
The reality that stops them from getting money.
We still do what we do. Facts.
I'm just asking, why isn't anybody talking about the children? We have turned ourselves inside out. We have been so transparent. I've showed you my driver's license. I've showed you my scars. I've showed you paperwork and things that I can't even sleep in. I've showed you everything except for my naked bare body, but I've been bare on here. What is stopping you from doing the same damn thing? At least just talking about the children. Why are we still going in circles? What is new about the new year?
You know, like I say, it really was touching me to a point when I was just watching this. It was so powerful, just paying attention to this young lady and just seeing her. It was just tickling me because I'm looking at her sign in her book. I'm not on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? See, when you look at it when you're looking at it from this way, it's backwards. But when I put it this way, you can read it. Okay. I'm not on TikTok. So, folks, you guys gotta understand. People was asking me. I just got a little TikTok, and I probably put 2 videos up there. But for all these years, I wasn't on TikTok. I wasn't on none of these platforms talking about my journey. I was just on that one. And it was too much just to be on that one platform, talk about my journey and the struggle with Black Power and Pan-African and Umar Johnson and just being a thief and the fraud and everything else. And so being a victim, it's not easy when you have so many people who just want to use your victimhood and try and maximize off $1 from you folks. And you guys we are the real content. Me, Ali, we real content. We are the real content, but we can't get the real support of our overall mission. It's not just about finances, because it's not about that. It's about the overall picture of putting the spotlight on these folks and getting the justice that's really needed. But we have so many people that can overshadow us with the drama, take our content and then switch it to a drama part where it's nothing but clickbait for them folks, for them to profit. And yet and still, we looking like, yo, where is the justice for the children? Those kids at the school, they grown-ups now. The people who gave money, the money's circulating all over the place. And it's not going towards the children. And then these people are telling you that there are children that's being captive. They're being hostage. They're being used for the worst things that you can't even imagine. And if you start imagining, then you're going to feel bad that you're not doing something. And then you're going to look in the mirror one day, you're going to realize that you're a piece of turd for not speaking up when you could have. And we must focus on the kids. Stop trying to focus on masturbation of your intellect. That's so disturbing at this point right now. You are so stupid at this point right now. All these guys on the platform that's constantly trying to be intelligent is actually stupid. Because we have something in front of us right now that we need all X-Men to rise up on, and it's these children. And I'm about to black out today. Because I'm not going to be one of those stupid men. I'm not one of those stupid men. I've been aware of this for years. I've been abreast about this for years. And I ain't talking about Allie. I'm talking about shit probably before she was born. When this hit me back in 1993, 92, when it hit me, 93, 92, 94, 95, when it really hit me in these years, I had a wake-up call. And I've just been allowing things. I haven't stepped up into my purpose. And this young lady screaming at me, rise up into your purpose, King. I need you. We need you. The children need you. So we must dedicate and kick the year off focusing on the babies, focus on the ladies, focus on all those missing people and the men and women out there who's fighting for them, who's dying for them, who's doing what they can do and trying to protect them, giving up their body, giving up themselves to protect these little children for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, until these little girls are now old enough to handle themselves. There's an underground world going on while we worried about what gifts we're going to give our relatives, while we worrying about what liquor we're going to drink, what bag, what we're going to bring to the party, while we worry about all the worldly nonsense. We have people for 3 years they sacrificing themselves to save and protect these children from the slaughtering, the sexual slaughtering, the sexual abuse, day in, day night out, night and day, because that's what they use for. And then when they not need it no more, they become hamburger meat. We're going to get into it. Stay with me with this live. We're going to let Allie Carter talk a little something, and then we're going to give you a little bit more food. I'm a spoon feed you, folks. I'm a spoon feed you. But what type of spoon I'm going to feed you with? That's the whole thing. I don't know if I'm going to give a teaspoon, a tablespoon, or if I'm going to give you the whole serving spoon, the whole potato salad serving spoon. I don't know if I'm going to give the spoon with the big dip. I don't know how I'm going to serve this up, but we got to serve this food up, and you must digest it. Not just eat it, put it in your mouth, but you got to digest this food, because 2025 has to be the new year of revolution. There's no more time for us to be talking chatty patty, I'm more smarter than you. What we need is the conversation for solutions, because we must be the solution for this situation. The situation of the underground movement, this underground railroad of destruction, using these underground railroads, these tunnels to transport people. We're going to get into it, folks.
Comments are on. I'm asking you. I'm not asking you anything else. I'm not asking for the world. I'm not asking you for your money. I don't need a Patreon. I don't need a high five. I don't need a damn view. I am asking you that is sitting on here right now, if there's just one of you, what are we doing new? Everybody want to holler about a New Year's resolution. What about a New Year's revolution? What are we doing new? Oh wait. I'm not being funny. I'm so tired. God. So many angels. My own mama is like, hey, hey, hey. Oh, okay, you're right. I just have a question. What are we doing new? We're already late. Don't ask me what I'm doing. I've been doing things. I'm asking you. Everybody has dogpiled on me on questions. Everybody has.
And you know what I'm saying? And she's going crazy. I could tell that she's, this internet shit, when you really are serious about this passion, these internet folks, these internet viewers, these chatty people in the box, and their comments are so depressingly weak. Well, what are you doing? I got your attention. I've got you in your mindset to listen for a blueprint. And it starts with us. Realize that we must do something. She's doing what she has to do. She was part of it. She was the eyes. She was in it. She's a victim and she's telling it all. She's releasing. Like she says, oh no, we have some arrests coming down the road. This is not court. It's not for me to focus on talking about that. We're going to let the court and justice system deal with it. But what I want y'all to focus on is the children. Well, what are you doing? She came out and exposed it. She came out and told you what she been through. She told y'all that she been used for all sorts of activities in a disgusting underground world. She came out and exploited herself, humbled herself, and the point where she's like, now, can you really hear what I'm saying? We have children that's going through it in the worst way possible. 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. They're going to be raised up in this farm system if they don't become mince meat, if they don't become hamburger and sausage. We're going to get into it, folks.
Asked and looked into my most deepest, darkest wounds. What are you doing? The whole reason you found me is because I've been doing my best and I haven't detoured from the children. That's the reason why you're sitting on my platform. What are you doing? Besides waiting for somebody else to give you the information, besides waiting for somebody else to do it, besides waiting for the news to tell you that the revolution is not going to be televised, besides waiting for the children to just pop up and be like, oh, somebody's going to save them, without paying somebody else to do it, without putting the accountability, responsibility on somebody else. What are you doing? Because you can do what we're doing. Why aren't you? If I'm not talking to you, I'm not talking to you. But if the shoe fits, lace that bitch. What are you doing? I'm just asking. What are we doing different? Across all platforms. I'm talking every single platform. What are you doing? What are you doing?
What platform have you been seeing who's been really stressing this case in the element of not the drama or not the gossip, the real fact? Like, yo, we have some. What kind of solution can we come up with? That's what I'm saying right now. On my platform, I want to come up with a manhunt solution. I want to come up with a human trafficking party. I ain't talking about like a party. I'm talking about a human trafficking party. You know what I'm saying? Where we going out there searching for what the body, searching for what we need to do. We need to put together some form of major private investigating firm. We need to galvanize as many strippers and whores that we have out there and get them part of this human trafficking party. We need spies. We need to go underground and figure out where are the children. The same way that movie Taken took, Taken, That nigga said, yo, you know what? I'm going to get my baby. I'm going to find my daughter. And when I find you, I'm going to tear a hole in your face. But I'm going to find my daughter. That movie was an awesome movie for the fact that it was talking to us at the time about this right here. And we got to ask ourselves, what can we do as a conglomerate of people? What can we do as people, not just one individual, but as groups of people coming together on this situation starting now? This ain't new. This is old. This is, like she said, this is before her. This is way before her. We are late in the game. So what can we do to draw up a major project for it right now, for it to be successful for the year 2025? For at the end of this 2025 year, we could be talking about the success rate of the humans that we saved. That's what we need to be talking about in December. The children, the people that we saved. But if we ain't talking about that at the end of this year, we ain't talking about shit. If you Pan-Africans is talking about the same thing you started this year off, talk about Moors and ADOS and FBAs, and if you talk about that same shit, kill yourself. Kill yourself because you don't deserve the life you breathe, because the children had 365 days in hell while you was on your internet, getting this little super chat and that little PayPal and that little donation just to keep that dumb nigga talk going. While these babies are, you understand? And after this Sean Combs and Diddy and Sean Carter and all this Batman Marvel shit takes place, and when the smoke started clearing, it only gets worse because there's new people that form. And if we are not doing anything, these people are going to be worse because they're going to be more on point. They're going to learn from these individuals. They're going to learn from these creeps what not to do. Because this system, their system got to continue to go on. And so if we're not focused on how we're going to dismantle it, we are just as bad as them. Because these people came out and told you what the situation is. And they came out at the wrong time, the right time, folks.
Talking about them. Nobody's talking about the children. Nobody's consistently talking about the children, are they? There's so much censorship. So what do you think that we're trying to do? I dare you to get on your platform right now and talk about the children. I will start sharing people right now. Because I really admire the people who do things because it's the right thing to do, not because you're expecting a paycheck, not because you're making clickbait to make people look at it, just because it is the right thing to do. Just because innocent and precious children that were raped, tortured, and abused last night on the ritual of New Year's and right now, what are you doing about them?
A ritual night.
Why are we not even talking about them? Why is no one talking about them? Consistently, not when they're trending, not when it's convenient, not when you think people are listening, when your voice is shaking, when you're tired out of your mind, when you've lost everything. The truth is priceless. It costs you more than it will to tell the truth than it will to sell the truth. What are you doing? I'm not talking about anybody's name in here. I'm asking you a question. You see how people can't even stay focused? You see how people can't even stay focused on the children? Ignorance has always outweighed the truth. This is what I'm talking about.
I can really imagine that the question that you're getting, the ignorant folks, you know what I'm saying, coming in just to poke at her, because there's a lot of demons out here. Okay, there's a lot of demons out here. So, sweetheart, you cannot stay too focused on the people in the comments, because there are a lot of folks that are just going to be out there just to troll and be demons in your world, because they don't care, because they have their certain wickedness. So don't expect everybody to give you the green light. You're going to have a lot of red flags. Trust me, I wish we could put the spotlight and turn the camera on you guys and see who you guys are. I wish we could. but there are a lot of demonic individuals. So let me break from this for 1 second and go to a video clip that I had played yesterday that you probably missed. Okay, I'm pretty sure you missed it. I just hope that this internet it's failing me as we speak, you know what I'm saying? It's circling. But hopefully we can get the service back up, you know. I'm about to have a sneeze attack. Hold on. I might sneeze like 5-6 times. I don't know. I wish that this stopped. I wish I can have smooth live streams. You know what I'm saying? Wish I had smooth live streams. But I want to get to this other video. I want this to play, but I'm going to go back and forth, folks. I got to go back and forth with this. We're going to go back and forth with this one right here. Oh, come on. I know I lined this shit up. Okay. Hope I have internet. Come on, internet. Stop playing. But like she says, who's really being consistent about not, the names, not the names, the industry, because for you folks to still be wanting to hear new names and more names, what more than you can get from having Oprah, having a Denzel, having a Diddy, having a Sean Carter, having a J-Lo, having a Beyonce mentioned? What more names do you really, really, truly need? You had a Hillary. You had Hillary back in 2016 with the Anthony Weiner. Y'all didn't believe back then when Trump said, I should arrest your ass. Y'all really thought that he was playing? But no, it's over our heads. What more names do you need? When you had an Epstein and you talk about the list, what list do you really, what names of people do you want to see and hear that you actually going to be giving these folks? Because when everybody really start jumping on the bandwagon, watch next month, watch by the end of this month, next month, everybody's going to be jumping on the bandwagon. Everybody's going to be trying to have this conversation. And people are going to be sending them $5 and $10 and $20 because they have big platforms. But people who really are in the trenches, really want to come up with solutions, to really want to come up with a hunting party, who really want to do a stump the yard for inauguration day, who want to go out there for Black History Month, who want to go out there continuously, city to city, and organize it. We can't get a dime. We can't even get 50 people to give us likes. We can't even get 50 views on these topics. Shout out, what's up, Donna? Happy New Year, sweetheart. Happy New Year. We can't even get the respect when we do these videos. But for the drama, we're going to have lots of people for the drama. That's what in the hell? Come on, man. I'm talking, waiting for my thing to come through. We are waiting. What are we waiting for? We waiting for a list? No, we need to be focusing on what we need to be focused on, which is right now. I mean, lock. He didn't lock her up because there was nothing illegal found. Well, Donna K, stay tuned with me right now. Okay, I need you to stay focused with me right now because I'm about to, if you don't know me, if you don't know what I'll be talking about, don't believe the hype. Because in 2016, we have this young lady talk about way back then. And I've been talking about it since then. We have the guy, Donald Marshall. He's been talking about it. You're not going to be able to find something that they always going to be able to hide. And what they hide, don't believe the hype. Exactly. What they hide is the reality. Because they control the social media waves. They control the airwaves. They're the prince of waves. And that's how they keep the facts away from us. And you say opinions. Nah, this is beyond opinions. Because like I say, I personally know about I personally know a little bit about some of this underground world. So when I speak on I speaking on it not from opinionated mindset. I'm speaking on it from facts. So a lot of folks, they don't want to believe the facts, and then they want it to be opinions. But the facts is really right in our face. We have a human trafficking operation that's bigger than life because it is life. We have individuals that serve beings that's not humans. We have people that serve Lucifer. We have people that serve the devil. We have people that believe in human sacrifice. And when you have people who believe in human sacrifice, you need humans to sacrifice. And then you need people in powerful positions to be able to make sure that no one get caught. We see movies, we hear movies, we see shows, we know these things, but yet and still we want to say it's conspiracy theories because we don't want to go against what we want to believe in. We want to believe in this political structure. We want to believe in this government. We want to believe in a Kamala Harris. We want to believe in a Hillary Clinton. We want to believe in an Oprah. But what I'm saying is don't believe their hype, because what they believe in and what they serve and what they believe, what they keep as for their power, they believe in power by all means. Donna K says, I have done extensive research on the subject. These differences have always existed. Some are religious beliefs. And that's what I'm about to get to. All right, so if I can get up, if I can get some doggone internet service, I don't know why it's giving me hell. I'm gonna tell you like this, folks. I was watching this tablet, and it wasn't doing this at all today. Okay, I was watching it, and it wasn't doing this at all today. And for like the last 10 minutes, it's just been circling because I'm really getting into it. Like I say, we need to wake up and realize this spirit is real. If they want to shut you off, they're gonna shut you off. But they would keep all the drama going. If I had some drama going on this shit, it'll probably be playing it. But because, like I say, I want to dig into this situation because we're going to kick this year off. They're not going to allow me to rock out, okay? But we're going to fight. We're going to continue. We're going to make this happen. We're experiencing very high winds. We actually lost power. Maybe that's part of the connection issue. Okay, maybe, because this is really corny right here. Because right now I'm on my phone and my phone is still working with the internet, but this tablet is not. You know what I'm saying? And this is really, really annoying the life out of me. I really want to throw this shit. I'm tired. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't want to go live no more unless I have everything good. It's like being in the studio and all your equipment not working. Do you really want to work when every day you got to deal with bullcrap equipment? I'm trying to figure out why this shit ain't working. It was working, and it's really discouraging because I really have a good live for you folks. I really want to, because she's talking about where the children. And look, okay. After all that circulating, now it's completely gone. when I want to be litty lit. Okay, so we're gonna figure this bitch out. Trust me, I done watched so much videos on this today alone. Reboot. I'm gonna do that right now. We're gonna reboot. Okay, we're gonna restart. Bam. We restarting for your Donna. All right, we restarting. So let's see what happens when we restart this. I'm very upset, but in the meantime, I want y'all to take a dollar bill and write on the dollar bill, what about the children? Put it any way you want. Say, what about the children? Hashtag Allie Carter. Okay, the young lady who's speaking right now. I did it on the dollar bill, and I'm doing it on the $20 bill. What about the children? Hashtag Allie Carter. Get her movement going. What about the children? It's very important for us to really stay focused. Thank you, Stormy Weather. Yeah, we about to get into this, okay? Because I got something good to deliver. I have a strong message to deliver. Like I tell you, I'm just a messenger. I have a strong message to deliver, and I'm just praying that we can get this message out. Okay. I see some bars on it. Let's see if we got some internet service. All right. I see the bars. Let's see. Okay, it's coming back. Let's see. It's coming back. It's coming back, folks. All right, so now let me go to this message because she's saying, what about the children? What about the children? Now, I'm about to give you some examples of what they are doing with the children. Not no... the cats be having the internet service. They be having a super fast service. It'd be so dope. They be moving. I wish I had that right now. All right. So yesterday I was playing. What the hell? Yeah. Yesterday I was playing this. He sells it to us for pennies. We're the wholesalers. We're the middlemen. We mark it way up and sell it to the other goyim on the retail side. There's an old saying in Yiddish that the reason that God made Gentiles is because somebody has to pay retail. It's not going to be the Jew for sure. The Jew doesn't pay retail. It's the goyim that pays retail. We buy wholesale. Well, that's very interesting. I understand that, but I also know the bloodletting. I know that on your Passover, which isn't mine, that a lot of little children do disappear, and I do know that, and I know a lot of police departments and agencies have been informed, but you're very open. You're very open tonight. I'm very surprised that you're talking about the bloodletting of the little children, that you put their blood in the matzo balls, and that you eat it on sacrifice on Passover. Listen, let's repeat that, because I need y'all to... A lot of police departments and agencies have been informed, but that a lot of little children do disappear, and I do know that, and I know a lot of police departments and agencies have been informed, but you're very open. You're very open tonight. I'm very surprised that you're talking about the bloodletting of the little children, that you put their blood in the matzo balls, and that you eat it on sacrifice on Passover. Well, there was a goyim that wrote a book about it back in the 30s. I forget his name at the moment. But anyway, he wrote the book. People didn't buy the book. People don't want to listen. We've been doing this for thousands and thousands of years, since down to Adam's time. We take the children of our enemy, which is the white race, and we bring them to the basements and the synagogues, where we drain the blood. And what the hell just happened? What just happened, folks? like I say, we got a good one for you because she says, "What about the children? The children, the children, the children." This is something I've been paying attention for a long time. I got a tape on the Illuminati years ago, and they spoke about this human sacrificing, the blood sacrifice.
Lots of dye there. It's very similar to how we do the sacrifices that we do with the kosher butchering, and so we do that, and then we mix it with the Passover bread, and so we eat the blood of our enemies, and the bodies. We're not cannibals, so what we do is we take those because we can make some shekels, and we give them to the slaughterhouses, and those are pounds and pounds and pounds of meat that we grind up in the sausage and the hamburger, and that's why we made those the most popular thing, sausage for breakfast and hamburger for lunch. And so all the goyim out here are really eating their children. And even when we say this outright and tell you people, you don't believe it. So that's your problem. You know, I've got a question, and I yes, it is a problem. But you see, I've always wondered, how did you Jews ever get control of the i.e. Christian churches in this country? It's always baffled me to a varying degree.
So this is a deep conversation. The young lady who was a victim, who's sitting in cages in tunnels with children. And this is what she's saying. You could say it's a conspiracy. You could say, oh, she's lying. But nobody's going to just put themselves out like that. Nobody's going to say that they was being a human sacrifice and a part of a sex cult and a sex machine and just for making money. The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, all of them had human slaves for sex. They was pedophiles. This goes on for a long time. This is how this country made its money. The real money of this country is made off of blood and sex. Human sacrificing. Why do you think McDonald's burgers, why do you think the burger meat was so cheap? 99 cents for a burger. Why do you think they were selling 99-cent burgers? Meat was cheaper back then, yes. But why meat not cheap now? With the meat's different, it's grown differently? It's just the fact that if they can get more money, like she say, more shekels, up the price. Same old human sacrifice meat. You guys got to watch your diet. The young lady saying, what about the children? A lot of the kids we ain't going to find because their bodies has already been dismembered and they've been used for kidneys. They've been used because these people believe that there's a Gatorade. And a lot of folks don't know that they use humans and they mix the crushing of the placentas and all sorts of things and using vitamins and Gatorade, electrolytes. Do you think that they would want abortion? Because it's human parts. They use it. Everything in this country is recycled and used. Compost for something. But as long as we sitting back, I'll see y'all in the comments. As long as we sitting back and being blind and acting like human sacrifice wasn't part of the rituals of life in the pre-days. We act like they wasn't sacrificing their children. Now they like, instead of just burning them up, we're gonna utilize that shit. That's good meat that we was giving away. So they grind it up and they believe in cannibalism. You think it just disappeared? With all the millions and billions of people on this planet, do you really think it's that much chicken and that much cows to keep feeding us? To keep feeding you? No, they got to get away with some other stuff. As horrible as it sounds, the girl is saying, what about the children? And this man is saying, what? What is he saying?
That's your problem. You know, I've got a question.
That's your problem because you don't want to fight about it. You don't want to rise up about it. You don't want to wake up to it. Okay, let me get to some of these comments. I'm sorry. Let me get to some of the comments. First time me seeing Tesseract. Hey, bro, can you stay on saludo salud grace? What the hell? I don't know what the hell that is, and I don't know what that could be. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that's not no weird chant. Saludo a la grace. Thank you. Let's start putting it out there. Let's start putting this out there. What about the children? Hashtag Allie Carter. Okay, let's really start doing that, folks. Take your money and do this, folks. Let's circulate this all over the world. Let's circulate this all over the world. And I can't take the credit for that. I seen this in the comment section, and I just picked it up and I just did it. You know what I'm saying? I saw it and I'm just doing it. You know what I'm saying? We're just going to do it. And this, like I said, this what made me say it's time to really do this live, because we must. See, who saw the movie Abraham Lincoln, the Vampire Slayer? I really did like that crazy movie. Abraham Lincoln, the Vampire Slayer. Very interesting, deep movie. In the South, they was using the slaves to keep the vampires from attacking the people. So they kept going. The slavery was to keep vampires from attacking people. The behind the scene concept of that movie was amazing. You guys say, what was slavery really about? All sorts of things. It was slave labor, reproduction, and then behind the scenes, I can for some reason I just believe that, using the humans of the bodies, body parts of the slaves to feed certain individuals, to keep them from destroying everyone else. That vampire pact, the blood sacrifice pact, and using Africans, using slaves, using people as cattle to keep them at bay. That was really amazing. And then when you look at the history, they was going over and confiscating all the silver. This was in history. What was that about? You know what I'm saying? You just use your creative thought. You use your creative mind. Because for you folks that might have not heard this video yesterday and last time I played it, I'm going to play some pieces again for you because we have some time.
We're not cannibals, so what we do is we take those, because we can make some shekels, and we give them to the slaughterhouses, and those are pounds and pounds and pounds of meat that we grind up in the sausage and the hamburger, and that's why we made those the most popular thing, sausage for breakfast and hamburger for lunch. And so all the goyim out here are really eating their children. And even when we say this outright and tell you people, you don't believe it. So that's your problem. You know, I've got a question, and I yes, it is a problem. But you see, I've always wondered, how did you Jews ever get control of the i.e. Christian churches in this country? It's always baffled me to a varying degree, Rabbi Finkelstein. You know, you have your synagogue out there in New York on the East Coast, but I'm wondering, how did you ever totally get control of these Christian churches who at one time told their congregations to stay away from you Jews? How did that happen? Well, you know, our father Lucifer, the number one thing of all the organizations out there, told their congregations to stay away from you Jews. How did that happen? Well, you know, our father Lucifer, the number one thing of all the organizations out there on the earth that we would want to infiltrate and take over of Ugoyim, obviously would be the churches. So we attacked them first, and we attacked them most. And we infiltrated the Catholic Church right from the very beginning. Why do you think the Pope and all the cardinals and the bishops wear a yarmulke? The white race never figures this out. And so then we took all your books that had all your scriptures in there, and we burned them. And then we wrote them in Latin so that you couldn't understand them. But we understood Latin because we're Jews and we're smart and we're educated. But you, Goyim out there, you never teach yourself. You don't self-teach. You're always looking for somebody else to do it for you. So you wind up being schleppers all your life. And so anyway, 1,000 years later, when the bunch of the white race started to wake up in Europe, and they started to leave the Catholic Church, it was a terrible time because we weren't making as many shekels as we used to. So we had to put a stop to it. So the kings that we had in our hip pocket, just like the politicians in Washington, D.C. today, we paid them off to get you declared heretics so that they would crucify you and kill you. But there was too many of you, and the West was opening up where the Jews opened up New York and Rio, and everybody started going west to the Americas. And so we had to come up with a plan B. And plan B, we formed the Jesuits. It was a nice boy, Ignatius Loyola, that he started the Jesuits. And so they decided to infiltrate all the Protestant churches out there. And as always, us Jews work our way to the top. And then we take over the money line, the shekel line, the most important line, the lifeline, the gold. And so we took that over. And so slowly but surely we teach the teachings, change them a little bit to where it's all run by the Catholic Church again, the Mother Church. It's your mother, but the Father Church is the synagogues in Israel and in the synagogues in New York.
You know, this is most interesting. There was a report just recently, a couple months ago here, Rabbi Finkelstein, of Ethiopic Jews in Israel. These are black Jews, and the Jews in Israel didn't want them there. And the Ethiopian, the black Jew, said, "Oh no, we're Jews, we belong here too." Oh, how does this all fit in? Well, how are these black Jews and the Jews over in Israel didn't want them? Was they kind of like a disgrace or what?
Well, who wants a bunch of schwarzes in your land? You don't want the schwarzes in there. There are some rabbis that went down to Ethiopia and they said, "Oh, we'd like to be Jews too." We laughed, but we said, "Okay, pay us a few dollars and we'll teach you how to be a Jew." So there was a few rabbis that made some money there in Ethiopia, but every Jew knows that a schwarzer can never be a Jew, and we don't want them dirtying up the neighborhood in Israel. We give them neighborhoods here in America. We give them white women to mate with, to destroy both races, and Gazai, Gazel, Gavel, Gahaya. What can I say?
Well, that's, in other words, it's like Elizabeth Taylor now. She was a white woman, and yet she said she took on the ways of Jewry.
Okay, folks. So what about the children? You hearing this from this rabbi, Abraham Finkelstein, and he's been as blunt as possible, as raw as possible. He's giving you answer after answer, no hesitation. He's giving you the history of it. But most likely you folks will say, "Oh, this is not real." Okay, so let's say it's not real. What if it is? Are we going to run up in their synagogues? Are we going to blow up their synagogues? What are we going to do? He says, their father, Lucifer. And what are we going to do? I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to rewind a little bit, okay? Let me rewind a little bit.
Pastor Wickstrom and me, Rabbi A.B. Finkelstein of New York, that we both have two fathers, and so that's why we look at the world in two different ways.
And we know that there's a massive collision that's going to take place between two forces, don't we?
Well, that's what your book says. Our book says that we're going to take over the world.
Well, I look at you.
You're doing a pretty good job right now.
Yes, you've done a pretty good job, but you know there's quite an awakening coming. And my father, who's not your father, my father Yahweh, who isn't your father, of course your father is talked about by my father in John 8:44, stating that your father was Satan and that you're the descendant of Cain, who was the first murderer. And you know that's true because you teach it in your synagogue.
Well, that's true, but it's not for you Goyim to know. But right now it's too late. It's over for you white race. So that's why I'm speaking so honestly here, to bring it out into the open so that you can see it for what it is. You've been teaching the people real good, but they don't wake up, do they? You don't get a lot of followers, do they? Because you know why? They're scared of us Jews, because they don't want to be called anti-Semites, and they believe that we're the chosen people, and so that's why we can do whatever we want to do, and we can get away with it because the white men are cowards, and we go to the synagogue all the time and have some Manischewitz and dance the Hava Nagila.
You know, it's interesting. I've told people for years and years, it's not that you Jews are hiding anything. You're coming right out on television, in the newspapers, on the radio, and you're telling the people exactly what you're going to do before you do it, and they're like they're brain dead.
Well, we did a good job with the public school system. We got you to put all of your children in there. You notice that the Jew doesn't put his children in there. They go to the Hebrew Academy where we teach them the real things, and then they go to the synagogue and they learn the real important things. But we send your kids to the public school. We even have you tax yourself from your property so that you never own your property. And so if you don't make your property tax, we're going to take your property. You can bet on that. And we have you put your kid in a 12-year babysitting is about all it does, because you don't learn anything. And then by that time, the kids, they get to be teenagers, and then we give them the music. Not that we really want to call it music, because, oy vey, that's not music. But they listen to that, and then they want to do what they want to do, and so we sell them drugs, and we make a lot of money off your children. And your children, from cradle to grave, all we do is make money off of them. Your cattle, your goyim, the human cattle. Mazel tov.
Okay. Okay. We are going to let Yahweh handle them. We need to do what is needed because it's already written. Am not better than God? Much respect to Stormy Weather for speaking of spiritual warfare. We have to fight other out here, you know. Okay, yo, listen, folks. This is a spiritual battle. That's why I'm playing this. I'm trying to talk to your spirits. I'm not talking to the carnal flesh. I'm talking to the spirits, because the spirit is going to make the flesh move. Your spirit have to be touched. Allie Carter is trying to touch your spirit, and she's touched mine, and I'm out here with the campaign to reach yours. This is the Allie Carter challenge, folks. Let's make it known. Everybody can do this. Everybody take your dollar bill, take a $5 bill, take a $10 bill, take it, and just write what about the children? Hashtag Allie Carter. Let's pass this. Let's make this a chain gang. Let's hit that. He said Lucifer is there. Oh yeah, I'm rewinding it. I got you, because relevant. This is deeper than you can imagine. I got you. Hold on, I got you.
And in telling the truth to the masses, but you know, the masses have a hard time believing anything.
Well, we've done a great brainwashing job on them over the centuries, and especially the last few hundred years. We've just brainwashed them completely. They believe anything we tell them. And, you know, in the meantime, we have a lot of fun around Passover where we steer the children. And, I know you know because I've heard it on your show before. I mean, we steal 100 to 300,000 children a year just here in this country. And we drain the blood and we mix it with the Passover bread. And then we throw the bodies into the slaughterhouses that we own. And we grind up all the bodies in the sausage and the hamburger. McDonald's is one of our favorite outlets. And the people, they eat them for breakfast. They eat their children for lunch. And, as Jews, we gotta do what we do. The most important thing to remember between you, Pastor Wickstrom, and me, Rabbi Abie Finkelstein of New York, that we both have two fathers, and so that's why we look at the world in two different ways.
And we know that there's a massive collision that's going to take place between two forces, don't we?
Well,
Why do you think that starts Operation Fishbowl? Okay, you guys are you guys are hearing this in now, even though this is old, and just think about Operation Fishbowl in the 50s and 60s, when they were sending out those nuclear weapons into the skies, into the heavens. What you think they was doing? And why do you think they can't do that no more? Because something came and something made itself known. But right about now they say F it again. That's why they sent out the rocket, not a rocket, but a nuclear head. Don't think they send out rockets. They're still blasting nukes out there because they are having a battle. Here is a spiritual.
The most important thing to remember between you, Pastor Wickstrom, and me, Rabbi Abie Finkelstein of New York, that we both have two fathers, and so that's why we look at the world in two different ways.
And we know that there's a massive collision that's going to take place between two forces, don't we?
Well, that's what your book says. Our book says that we're going to take over the world.
Well, I look at you.
You're doing a pretty good job right now.
Yes, you've done a pretty good job.
You've done a good job. You know what I'm saying? Let's stay focused, folks. Let's stay focused. I got you, though.
There's not a lot of shekels to be made anymore. As they say, you can't get blood out of a stone. Good here in America for a long time, but it's time to do something else. So we're going to build up China and India, and we'll just let America sink into the desert because no one really cares about America anymore. It's there's not a lot of shekels to be made anymore. As they say, you can't get blood out of a stone, and we've got as much blood out of this stone as we're going to get.
It's interesting because I'm glad you brought that up because this country is in great despair here. I'd like to know, was very crafty on your Kahila and the main sources of Jewish power, financial and political power, how they totally control most of the federal agencies in the District of Columbia.
Well, it's really simple. The Kahila, that's the inside for us rabbis. We know how to get the word out to every Jew in the world that goes to a synagogue within 45 minutes. All the other presses, the news media, the television, the radio, the magazines, we own all those anyway, so it trickles down. But by the time most of the masses get it, it's too late to make any decision. We already made the decision for them.
It's interesting, with trouble looming on the horizon in the United States, there's a lot of white people like me, of European ancestry, who don't really know what's going on. And there's a large percentage of Jews in this country who really don't know what's going on either. They're going to be cannon fodder too, aren't they?
There's a few at the bottom that don't go to the synagogue and they don't know, but they know, they hear that, with parties we discuss it, how we're going to wipe out the white race and wipe out the Arab race, actually let them wipe out each other and make a lot of money. That's pretty smart. Us Jews, we're pretty smart guys.
I know.
And eventually we'll get all the rest of the countries around the world, they'll wipe each other out.
So they think
because us Jews, we're special. We're the chosen people, and we're the smartest people in the world, and we have always said down through the ages, we want a world of our own. and we're going to get it, and there's nothing any of the Goyim cattle we're going to do to stop it. L'chaim.
So you see, it's very interesting that you should bring all of this up, because where do the blacks fit in? I know that you use them. They've been part of the Jewish Communist Party in the United States, a vast majority. What's going to...
This rabbi is from New York. This rabbi spoke about 9/11 and how, you know, they made all, well, he didn't get in because he hesitated too long. And then Larry Silverstein, he dropped the buildings, but then he made some money on the outskirts. You guys gonna saying this is people who manipulate the world, run the world, pay the people to pay to play. And so he's speaking. Now he asked the question, what about the blacks? Now, if you was paying attention yesterday, he keeps speaking about the white race and the Arab race, the white race and the Arab race, the white race and the Arab race. How they're going to eliminate the white race and Arab race. They're going to darken the white race up with immigrants. They're going to have them coming in from India and coming in from China and Mexicans and things like that. But when he say, what about the blacks? What do this man say?
Their end when this is all over. You know that you use them. They've been part of the Jewish Communist Party in the United States, a vast majority. What's going to be their end when this is all over?
Well, the Schwarzes, if the truth be known, came here with our father Lucifer 75,000 years ago when he lost that battle, only temporarily though, in the heavens, because we're on a comeback. We're the comeback kids if there ever was one. 75,000 years ago.
End when this is all over. You know that you use them. They've been part of the Jewish Communist Party in the United States, a vast majority. What's going to be their end when this is all over?
Well, the Schwarzes, if the truth be known, came here with our father Lucifer 75,000 years ago when he lost.
Okay. So this guy, after all this shit he's talking about, all this matzah, blood sacrificing stuff, and then when you ask him about the blacks, what's the end result with them? He said, well, let the truth be known, these niggas came here 75,000 years ago with our father Lucifer. Now, all the time me hearing, oh, black people don't know their history, our history been wiped from us, we don't know this, we don't know that, and then we go research stuff, and the stuff we've been researching in the last 100 years has been stuff that's been put out by, I guess, other folks, but then we have people that's doing ancient times researching, and like Billy Carson, the next thing you know, they trying to debunk him, and so it's like, who can the black folks truly listen to in regards to knowing where we came from? Who can we believe in? Then this rabbi dude's coming out of nowhere and saying, yo, let the truth be known that these niggas came to this world, not to the country, to the world 75,000 years ago. Not 700 years ago, not 1,000 years ago, not 1462, 75,000 years ago, they came to this planet with their father, Lucifer. So are you saying that the black folks are also part of the fallen angels because we went against God up in heaven? See, I want us to really take time out to hear what he said right there, because I would like to have that conversation right now. We came with Lucifer. We came with the devil, Lucifer. Lucifer. We came to this, not country, not America, not Africa. We came to this planet with Lucifer because we lost the battle in the heavens. What the fuck? But you know what I'm saying? We can sit back and we can not hear what he just said. We can say he's lying. Oh, we ain't come here with 75,000 years ago with Lucifer. So why are we still practicing such evilness. Because I'm about to get into Diddy. I'm about to get into Sean Carter. I'm about to go from Ali Carter to Sean Carter and Sean Combs. I'm about to get to the Combs and the S boys. I'm about to get to them. But I want to, she said, what about the children? Where are the children? What about the children? The children being used for human sacrifice. They are being used for sexual labor. And then once they're done with, they being used for body parts. They being used for whatever they want to use them for. Hunger Games, whatever. And once we can understand that, and we can take time out to know that, the fountain of youth, to keep the vampires off. Go back and watch that movie, Abraham Lincoln and Vampire Slayers. When they realized they couldn't kill them, then they started realizing, oh, silver really was helping. So they was confiscating all the silver. And when you look at to this day, silver is like so rare. Are they still keeping these vampires off us? Is there still a war that we don't know what is going on? What's going on in this world, folks, that we don't believe in, we don't know what's going on? Where are the children? This man said it. But let's just get back into what he say about black folks, because I need y'all to understand something. We got to take the evil out the people because they don't be acting right, because both black and white be smoking crack tonight.
End when this is all over. You know that you use them. They've been part of the Jewish Communist Party in the United States. We want a world of our own, and we're going to get it, and there's nothing any of the Goyim cattle we're going to do to stop it. So you see, it's very interesting that you should bring all of this up, because where do the blacks fit in? I know that you use them. They've been part of the Jewish Communist Party in the United States, a vast majority. What's going to be their end when this is all over?
Well, the Schwarzes, if the truth be known, came here with our father Lucifer 75,000 years ago when he lost that battle, only temporarily though, in the heavens, because we're on a comeback. We're the comeback kids if there ever was one. But all the Schwarzes, what can you say? You know, they got a good time step. They dance good. A couple of them can sing. They make some nice barbecue, and they're real good for selling drugs too, because they all love the drugs. And we make a lot of money off of selling the drugs. You do know that we control all the drug world and have since Rothschild got the opium wars in China going. We've been controlling the drugs ever since that. We let a few in here and there to make some money, and they get arrested and they go off to jail for that. But we make the big money. We're the wholesalers. We're the wholesalers of everything in the world. Only 10 of it.
This party in the United States, a majority
of our own. And we're going to get it, and there's nothing any of the Goyim can. And we're the smartest people in the world, and we have always said down through the ages, we want a world of our own. And we're going to get it, and there's nothing any of the Goyim cattle we're going to do to stop it.
Well, technically, how are you going to have a world of their own if you're going to have there's other people in it? You know what I'm saying? So technically, he's talking about they want to rule a world, you know, because you can't have a world of your own, because especially if they keep moving around. So there's a lot of confusion on their end, but they want to rule this world. They want to have a world that they can rule. But when Stormy, you said you got to go, I'm going to leave because some things I cannot hear. It takes away my energy. Well, that's what I'm saying right now, Stormy. Thanks, Relevant. You know, stay Stormy, stay strong. We have to hear this. See, like I say, I'm a messenger, yo. And the message I have to deliver, whether it's only one person or no people here, I still have to put this on the airways, because my enemy got to know that I'm not with them, period. And you folks got to get this message. Now, I don't know if it's fact or fiction, but I believe it's more fact than anything, because all I know is that for the last 200-300 years, Everybody that looked like me said our history has been stolen. Then when you look at those people who've been digging deep and digging deep and digging deep, they always all at a point where they say, "Oh, God is not real," or "God this." Digging deep, digging deep, digging deep. Now we talk about aliens, digging deep, digging deep. Like I said, this man went straight deep on us from the rip. He said, "What about the blacks?" He said, "Well, the truth is that they came to this country, not this country, they came to this planet 75,000 years ago. We took away their knowledge of themselves. We stole everything. We changed up everything what they know of themselves. They came here because we lost the battle in the heavens." Many times you hear all these people, especially Pan-Africans, "Oh, this is not even our country. This is not our country. This is not even our planet." According to this rabbi, this is not even our planet. We came here from the heavens. This is what this rabbi is saying. I want to see somebody debate him and prove him wrong, that we've been here and this is our land. We ain't come here from no heavens. We wasn't fighting no battle in the heavens. We not spiritual beings. We not different type of human beings. We are just regular niggas in the streets. Then all we do is cause chaos. I would like to see you guys debate if this guy's still alive. But to say you can't listen because it's taking away your energy, like I say, it takes a lot of energy from me to really do these lives, because I know a lot of people can't digest it. Like I say, folks, I don't know if I'm going to give you a tablespoon, a teaspoon, or the serving spoon, a potato salad serving spoon. But a lot of our folks can't handle it. You want the truth? Uh-oh, you're going to make me go y'all going to make me do something. Hold on, just give me a second. Give me a second. What's that dude name? I wish I had a super speed, internet service. So, I wish I didn't go out that, because I might have messed up. I'm trying to have a good live, though. I'm trying to make this live strong for Ali, yo. Once again, folks, this is about the children. What about the children? Hashtag Ali Carter. Oh, come on, please. Just give it to me. I just want to have me some peacetime. Well, I can't have internet like everyone else. This is supposed to only been like 10 seconds, and I would have been off of this shit. But I'm spending 2 minutes on it just because trying to get the damn service.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
And that's the problem. Most blacks can't handle the truth, and so they try and make their own truth to make themselves look better and feel better.
Today, you don't mind the wait.
That's the problem with us. Our problem is always trying to change up the reality and the truth to make us look and feel better. Like being a single mother is a good thing. We try and reinforce our pride on falseness and fake shit. But when it comes to the real,
I'm not through with my examination.
and the truth,
Sit down.
we don't want the truth.
Colonel, what's that? I'd appreciate if he would dress.
But folks, sometimes the truth hurts. But if you want to be able to move forward, we have to get some of the truth. I've always been wanting to know what this fallen angel shit was. I always wanted to know.
This is Colonel or Sir.
I don't know what the
On
hell
the spiritual
kind of
side,
you're running
like,
here.
why are we so mean to each other? Why are we so why we
will
have
address
so
this court as
wicked
judge
ways.
or your honor. I'm quite certain I've earned it.
And if this being is saying that the truth be known is that we came here from another planet after fighting in the heavens and then being cast up out of there, how are we to really say that that's a lie? Okay, so let's go. Y'all gonna make me start reading, and I'm gonna read the Kabbalah. You know what I'm saying? He's a liar. Satan is their father. That's what he said. He said Satan is their father. He said we came down with Lucifer though. How many times? Yo, look. The way I look at life is really simple. The imagery that we put out there now had to been the mindset from back then. You're not going to tell me that they have that much power over me that I'm going to start calling myself a savage. You know what I'm saying? You see nothing but black kids wearing savage on their shit. Savage, 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 savage. But yet and still, we're not claiming the roots of where it came from. Where did the root of that mentality come from? Where did the root of that wicked mentality come from? That gang mentality, that kill them up, shoot them up mentality. Where did that come from? That Mandingo mentality, that beat man brains in for a tall beer in Django, a tall beer. He killed this man, poked his eyes out for a tall beer. Where did this mentality come from? Oh, they trained us, right? To have that mentality? Or was that already in the blood of these human beings, of these beings? We could say lie all day. I'm not saying that you're wrong for saying he's a liar. But I'll tell you this. What about the children? Why are we allowing these individuals to get away with this type of shit? Why black people, Pan-Africans, FBAs, Moors, descendants of African descendants of slavery, or slaves, why are we not rising up against this situation? Because in the back of our minds, well, it ain't us. It's not me, it ain't my kids. While you have all these other people going in the ocean saving turtles. If we're not from a demonic lineage, then what are we from? Because we're not moving and no change in 2025, no difference in 2024, 2023. We're not moving godly. We're not acting godly. We're not acting heavenly. We acting worse than Satan itself. And that's where I'm at right now. So a lot of folks don't want to hear it, but debate it. Prove him wrong. So like I say, they've been blasting NASA. They've been NASA jacket. I went on a campaign going against NASA. I've been saying don't buy NASA's jackets. Don't buy anything that say NASA on it. Do not buy it. Because they figured out a way they can increase their economics for the overall. They want to have money to build these things. I don't know why they just don't build it. This world is real crazy. But money, it takes money to buy people, money to make the world go around, for them to blast the roof off in the heavens. They've been trying to do this shit forever. NASA is part of their demonic system. People be having NASA on their shirts. All these little kids walk around with NASA hoodies. How much you pay for that? $50. $50. They used to charge $50 to $100 for a hammer. to go towards NASA. But now they figure out how they can get into the urban community by making clothes and you supporting them and their destruction to destroy the heavens. You want to know why there's a lot of extraterrestrials sightings? Because they are trying to torch the skies. And it's so weird, like Lord Jamar said, he said some deep shit. He said, and it's something simple, but it's so deep. It's simple, but deep. And it makes me sick because it's questions that we ask as kids. This would make me really liking school. If the sun is not on the earth, if the sun is in the skies and beyond the skies, why is space dark? If space is closer to the sun, space should be bright. But they gonna, that's just, the light is out there. Why is it so dark? I'm just really confused. Obviously, the sun don't shine that bright. But then you say planets have many suns. There's many suns. So why is not bright out that bitch? But space is just so enormous. So there was so many ways that we would confuse us. But we could shoot up a rocket up there and they would light the sky up there, right? Brighter than the sun. We can nuke the skies and it would be brighter than the sun. We've been playing heaven games for a long time. And down on earth, they've been playing devil games. And that's why this young lady's saying, what about the children? Because we've been playing some real scary games, some demonic games here. Who are you, dummy? Here's your information, what to do and who can help you. And explain what do you do. Wow, the Massive Voice Prophecy blog, YouTube. Do what you say? I don't know what the black code is because I haven't seen it in all my life. But do what you have to do. Let people hear. Do what you have to do. Let people hear who are discerning. Read the scripture. Stop listening to the white man. I've been listening to black people for forever. You know what I'm saying? I've been listening to black people forever. This just came across me in like the last 7 years. That information right there came across my plate the last 7 years. But me listening to my black folks for all these years, they constantly told me as a child all the way to this day that our history has been stolen. And I have never come across another person that can give me the black person who can give me history, our history, without having to be so confrontational, so confusing, so misleading, to a point where you just start saying, you don't believe, or I don't believe in religion. See, I don't believe in this. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in this. You know what I'm saying? That's what our teachers have done to us. Hearing from my people that look like me made me say, I don't believe in a lot of shit. It made me become a disbeliever in anything. But then a lot of times I'll be hearing in my own head, I hear a voice. I'll be hearing. The same way I heard, yo, do this. The way I seen it. The way I heard myself say, nah, you can't lay down. You got to get up. You got to talk about this. I said, the people ain't going to be that receptive, but it said, you got to talk about it. So let me touch this other video real quick. But one more time. Oh, come on, man. It's bullshit. one more time. Like when I was paying attention to the Bible and paying attention to Adam and Eve, I said, yo, no one told me this. I said it when I read it. Like, yo, Eve had to have sex with that devil. There's no way in life that she didn't have sex with that devil. That's what I said when I was a little kid. No one taught me that. That's something I saw and said. Then years later, I hear this guy speaking and talking about it from the books, from the book of Enoch. Talk about Cain and Abel both had twin sisters. And Cain took Abel's twin sister, made her had relations with her. You know what I'm saying? Incest started that way. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know. And to be honest, there's nothing that we can really truly read or research that's really going to give us the real facts without us still having controversy. But when this cat starts off, well, let the truth be heard that these cats came to this planet 75,000 years ago with their father, Lucifer. We followed Lucifer. See, we followed Lucifer. And to this day, we still following Lucifer. It's in the music that shows that we following. It's in our actions. It's in our hatred towards each other. We still following the path of Lucifer. You guys can say we're not, but I say we are. We're not showing no signs of resisting it neither.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Now it's crazy because I put that on. The next thing you know pops up after is this girl right here. It's me. That's deep. Okay, folks, that's deep. I'm looking at me on my own thing. I popped up. That's hot. My live stream right now popped up on this right here. After that, you want the truth, you can't handle the truth. Then this popped up, and it's my live stream of the young lady. Man, folks. It's cool. Now I can see the chat. Oh, let me type something in the chat. Well, that'll be me typing though. This person, who are you, dummy? What's that? That's the name of the book. I hope you're not talking to me. Who are you, dummy? That is God's answers. Mary was a single mom. Joseph married her to protect her life. He knew the people would store her. The angels came and explained that her child was from Yahweh and Yeshua. Protect the children. The master voice prophecy is where you should go. I'm a black person. She can answer questions. I say follow Yahweh and not people. We are Adam's children, full of sin. A mere person, except the perfect one, Yeshua. A mere person is not good enough to follow. I don't follow nobody. I'm not really not following these people. I'm just playing their words. I don't know who that rabbi is. Actually, I can't remember even how he came across my ways. I don't know if someone passed that on to me and say, yo, check this out. You might not like what he's saying, but check out what he's saying. I don't know if that happened, or if I don't know if I just stumbled across it and said, let me play this. But if I just stumbled across it and said, let me play this, then I knew it was a sign that say I need to get this, hear this. And that was deep for me. Like I say, folks, you know, you guys, if you really want truth, Sometimes you got to listen to the donkey when the donkey opens his mouth. Call me jackass. So let me get into this one video right here. She says, where the children at? Oh boy. Oh boy. Stupid shit. Come on, man. Come on, man. So Ali Claudette says, where the children at? Where are the children? This guy, that rabbi says, we grind up the children. We eat the children. Well, we make you eat the children. Our enemies. We have you eat the children. He's constantly, he never said that the black people, what's crazy is that that rabbi never said that black people was their enemies. He kept saying that the Arabs and the whites are his enemy. Rabbis, those so-called Jewish people enemies. He didn't say nothing about, he said, let the truth be heard that these black folks came with the person they serve. Did we create Jews? Like I said, it takes a lot out of me to do these lives. It takes a lot, you know what I'm saying? I'm not well studied, but all I can do is just relay messages and give you my insight, my vision. And not just my vision, but I'm going to give you some visions of words of others. And I'm just saying to you where the children at. According to that rabbi, he said the children have been served in McDonald's, been served in the hamburgers, been served in the sausages that you guys been eating in your Happy Meals. Now, whether you like that or not, that's his truth that I believe. Because back in 98, Johanna said to us, after the African Stock Exchange meeting that we was having, when we was leaving, he came to us and says, watch the meat you eat. He said, he said, cut back. He said, stop eating that red meat. Stop eating the ground beef, especially ground meat. This was told to me in 1998. He said, stop eating the ground meat. Now, I used to love me some hamburgers. But when I started paying attention to my body, how my body was not receptive to the ground beef, and it was really irritating me. It was really hurting my body, trying to push it out the waste. I couldn't believe it. Just like Old English beer. I couldn't believe what it was doing to me. I couldn't believe it. Like, you was lying. You know, it's really doing this shit to me? Nah, you lying. I mean, damn, it's really making me sick like this? It's really hurting me like this? It's really hurt? No, you lying. Another year go by. You lying. Another year go by. And now my body's messed up because of me thinking that it was lies. But see, sometimes we got to put ourselves into the lion's den to get bit by a lion to realize, oh shit, that's a real lion. And so I'm telling you that you can think that everything's a lie just because you don't want to believe it. I've been sitting here trying to pull something up, but once again, the internet went out. Once again, the internet went out. Because this message is real. If I was just sitting here watching stupid shit, it wouldn't have went out like this. I would be able to watch the stupid. If I wasn't doing this live and relaying this strong, powerful message, it would still be going. But because we trying to relay a message that got people a little irritated, because they probably had a hamburger, because they probably just went to McDonald's, because they bought some Happy Meals, because they don't want to accept the fact that this man said we came here from the heavens 75,000 years ago. So where we come from? We didn't come from the heavens. Where we come from? Somebody tell me. He said we came from the heavens. You tell me where we came from. If we didn't come from the heavens, somebody tell me where we came from. You guys tell me where we came from. I'm listening, yo. I'm a student. Like I said yesterday, all I am is a janitor sweeping up the garbage. Come the fuck on, man. Okay, that's who I am.
Were you recently injured in a car accident? Look at this check for 106.
Trapped there for years. Up. When I heard that, I should have refused. Dogs or cats, but exotic creatures, abandoned like left eraser, someone to wash away their sins. I've seen things that would make anyone question what really goes on behind closed doors. Drug residue, syringes hidden in the most unlikely places. Things. Would you have a story of a discovery that no one should make? If you dare, like and subscribe.
Oh, God. I'm almost done with doing this live shit. I don't even think I want to do it no more.
Subscribe to the channel, because what I'm about to reveal is as disturbing as it is real. Working as an elite cleaner is something few people understand. When I tell people what I do, most people imagine glamour, spectacular mansions, designer furniture, paradisiacal views. And in some ways, they're not wrong. I've walked on carpets that cost more than the house I grew up in, and cleaned chandeliers that sparkled like stars. But no one thinks about the dirty side, the real work behind the shine. Because when the rich and powerful need help, what they want is an evidence eraser, someone to wash away their sins. I've seen things that would make anyone question what really goes on behind closed doors. Drug residue, syringes hidden in the most unlikely places, things you won't find in a regular store, toys and accessories that the owners would probably deny to death, and sometimes live animals. I'm not talking about dogs or cats, but exotic creatures, abandoned like leftovers from a wild night. I was good at my job, quiet, efficient, never asked questions. My job was to erase the chaos and restore order, but there is a price for this. Over time, you start to feel the weight of all those things you clean. Every mess has a story, and those stories stick with you, like the smell of alcohol in a room that you can never ventilate properly. But no experience prepared me for that calling. It was supposed to be just another job, a special cleaning at the Beverly Hills mansion of one of the most influential figures in entertainment. My boss called, and his tone was more serious than usual. This is confidential, no questions, no curiosity, just do the work. When I heard that, I should have refused. Something inside me knew this would be different, but the payoff was too good to ignore. I accepted. At the time, I had no idea that I was about to clean not just a house, but a secret that I should never have discovered. Getting a call to a mansion in Beverly Hills was nothing new to me. I've worked in properties that looked like modern palaces, where every wall and piece of furniture exuded money and power. But something about this work was different from the beginning. My boss called me personally, something rare, and got straight to the point. We have an emergency. You need to take care of a basement. No questions asked. Just do the work. The tone in his voice was not one of ordinary urgency. It was as if he wanted to warn me without actually saying anything. The house in question was the mansion of none other than Diddy, one of the biggest icons in entertainment. I've heard stories about his parties, extravagant meetings, full of excesses, where no one cared about limits. When I arrived, the scene was exactly what I imagined. Broken bottles on the floor, glasses scattered around, the smell of cigarettes, and something stronger permeating the air. The mansion was a spectacle in itself, marble floors, huge chandeliers that reflected light like crystals, and walls decorated with modern art that probably cost more than a luxury car. But in the midst of it all, there was an uncomfortable feeling, as if something was out of place. The team leader met me at the entrance. He seemed nervous, which was unusual. "You'll look after the basement," he said, pointing to a staircase leading down to the side of the main room. The basement. It's never a good sign when you're directed to the basement. These places always hold the worst of the mess. Things people want to hide, things no one else wants to clean up. As soon as I started to descend, the smell changed. It was denser, damp, as if the air had been trapped there for years. I knew I was about to deal with something that wasn't just dirt. It was a special job, and special jobs always came with something heavier than dust or stains. At that moment, I had no idea that what awaited me was much more than I could handle. It wasn't just physical dirt, but dirt of the soul, something that would stay with me forever. When I reached the basement, I felt a shiver run up my back. The first thing I noticed was the difference in the
dirt of the soul. I didn't press the damn thing. Right? Rituals, demonic rituals. Yes. So let's really, like I say, let's keep our minds open. Blood sacrifice, rituals. Let's stay focused, because this is what we've been paying attention to for a century long.
Environment. The mansion up there was spacious, full of light and luxury. Down here, it was a suffocating contrast. The low ceiling, the dark walls, and the air charged. It seemed like this place hadn't seen the outside world in years. The fluorescent lights flickered, casting jagged shadows on the walls. The place had clearly been designed for exclusive parties, away from prying eyes. In the center, there was a small stage, with metal rods shining. In the light. What happened there? I preferred not to imagine. The floor was covered in heel marks, drink stains, and something stickier that stuck to my shoes. Each step made an uncomfortable sound, as if the ground wanted to hold me there. A bar took up an entire side of the basement, but it was far from glamorous. The bottles were half full. Some had been knocked over, forming small pools of yellowish liquid. Residues of white powder were scattered across the counter, like a silent confession of the excesses that had occurred that night. An acrid smell came from the corners, as if something had been spilled and never cleaned up. On the other side of the basement, the furniture was in a deplorable state. Torn armchairs, sofas with dark stains that made me not want to get too close. There was a chair.
Now remember, he's a cleaner. They have a cleaning business. They clean mansions. They clean up parties. I was talking to this one girl, and she said she had a blood job that she had to clean up before. It was actually a murder scene. Okay, she had to clean up this murder scene, and they hired her. You guys want to be stuck on, what? I don't know what we want to be stuck on, but there is an underground world that takes place, and your celebrities is part of it. The celebrities who's not part of it, they must prove that they're not part of it. We must have a mindset that say every single person is part of it. Whoever's not a part of it must prove it. That's the mentality we have to have on the outside. You have to prove that you're not. We can't just assume that you're not. Prove that you're not. Prove that you're not. Prove that you're not part of this ritual, human sacrifice. Because everybody want to be part of a Diddy party. And Diddy parties consist of demonic rituals. I don't care I don't care how much music you like that they put out. That was Lucifer. Lucifer was music. Wasn't that part of Lucifer? Wasn't Lucifer part of having an image of being beautiful? Wasn't Lucifer part of an image of music? And he was just, his body was made of chords, musical chords. So you best believe that he took his band with him. His band followed. So if Lucifer was music, his band followed. Sorry, folks, yo, I don't know. You guys always want to say we the chosen ones, then prove that we the chosen ones. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Where I look at life, prove that we are rebelling against this devil. Prove that we are chosen ones. Prove that we are here to serve our most high creator God. Prove it. And the only way you can prove it is by destroying this serpent's realm. We got to destroy this world. We have to destroy this demonic world that we live in, this demonic mindset. Prove it. And it starts with caring for the children. What about the children? That's the way you prove it with me. It ain't just about writing on a bill. No, let's prove it. Let's take it down. The music industry must crumble. I don't care if Beyonce's your girl. I don't care if you like Sexy Red and Glorilla and Ice Spice and Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. Yo, do you not? Did all those women was? I'm going to assume. I'm only going to assume. I'm not going to say alleged. I'm going to assume are whores or of a whorish nature. How about that? They of a whorish culture. A savage culture that we are mimicking, that we are idolizing. Not me, but you. But I'm going to say we so we can just be on equal grounds. We idolizing. We want that culture to keep going. And that's our culture. That's our culture. That's us. That demonic entity is us. See, that's the only thing you have to do. You have to add the demonic to it. And once you add that to it, then you might be able to fall back from it. But as long as you just say that that's black culture, that's our music. Can you imagine what music was taking place up in the heavens that God said, oh, no, 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 no. Who's playing that shit? Lucifer? Lucifer, you playing that shit again? Come on, this is the shit. Come on. This is the new wave. Pop it and drop it and drop it and pop it and pop it and pop it. Shake it, shake it, shake it. This the new wave? No, this ain't my music. Get this out of here. Oh man, you hating on our music, man. I'm leaving this shit, man. I'm leaving about this heaven, man. We don't have no freedom up in here. We need our freedom. We need our freedom. Is freedom a good thing or a bad thing? Because as we've been here, free slaves for over 100 years, free people, and when we look at our music, you don't see that it's demonically possessed. You don't think our culture is demonically infiltrated? Or was it just the root itself? I'm confused. Because what we see in this modern day right now, can you imagine how bad it was way back 75,000 years ago? For us to be kicked out the heavens after losing the battle? This is hard for you because it is necessary. Stay strong. Keep seeking and finding. I can't do that. I know they are happening. I take it.
There in the corner with a broken leg, as if someone had been thrown against it. This wasn't just dirt from a party. It seemed like the scene of something more violent, something that shouldn't be seen in the light of day. However, what bothered me most was the silence. Despite the chaotic state of the place, the silence was almost oppressive, as if the environment itself was waiting for something. Every sound I made, a shoe squeaking, the cloth sliding across the table, seemed to echo endlessly. My instinct told me to leave, but I couldn't. Not yet. It began to bother me. There was no one there, at least that I could see. But that basement... it was like it had eyes of its own, like every wall was alive, holding secrets I wasn't supposed to discover. At that moment, I didn't know what awaited me. All I knew was that something was wrong. Very wrong. I was cleaning behind the bar when I noticed something strange. The wooden panel didn't seem aligned with the rest. As I was wiping the cloth, I heard a slight click, almost imperceptible, but enough to make my heart race. I pushed the panel, and it slid smoothly to the side, revealing a trapdoor. The door was heavy, with rusty hinges and a lock that looked old, as if no one had used it in years. For a moment, I stood still, holding my breath. My instinct screamed to close it and continue my work, pretend I had never found anything. But there was something about that trapdoor. Something that seemed to call to me. With shaking hands, I grabbed the latch and pulled it. The creaking of wood sounded like a scream in the silence of the basement. When the door finally opened, it revealed an iron staircase leading down into the darkness. The first thing I smelled was the smell. It was a heavy, dense smell, a mixture of mold, metal, and something else. Something I couldn't immediately identify. I took the flashlight that I always carry with me, an essential part of working in places like this, and illuminated the opening. The staircase descended until it disappeared in...
Damn it, we've been here for 2 hours already. We've been here sitting together, chopping up for 2 hours. Shout out to you folks, yo. Salute, yo. Salute. Thank you for tapping in, tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for conversating. Thank you for keeping this going on. I'm sitting here not even knowing I'm sitting here for 2 hours. I haven't even had my heat on. I'm just chilling right now. But we're really deep into this right here. I know y'all want to be deep, but I'm going to switch from this one to another one, okay? I'm sorry. I'm going to switch it, though. I'm going to switch it.
To an oppressive darkness, as if it had no end. I stared at the entrance for a few seconds, fighting a growing sense of panic. You shouldn't be doing this, I thought. But at the same time, curiosity grew inside me. Why was there a trapdoor hidden behind a basement bar? Why hadn't anyone mentioned this? Something didn't make sense, and I knew I needed to figure it out. With the flashlight in hand, I started to descend. Each step of the stairs creaked under my weight, and the echoes seemed to spread across a space larger than I could see. The metal was cold to the touch, and the air grew heavier with each step. My hands were sweating, and my mind wondered what I would find down there. Part of me expected to just find an old storage room, perhaps full of dusty boxes or forgotten things. But deep down, I knew it wouldn't be that simple. When I finally reached the bottom, something changed. The absolute silence was replaced by a faint hum, almost like the sound of electricity. The beam of my flashlight illuminated a concrete wall covered in deep scratches, as if something had tried to break out of it. I wanted to climb back up at that moment, close the trapdoor, and never look at it again. But it was already too late. I had crossed an invisible boundary, and there was no turning back. When my feet touched the concrete floor, the sensation was immediate. I was in a place that shouldn't exist. The tunnel was narrow, dimly lit by dim lights attached to the walls, at intervals long enough for darkness to fill the spaces between them. The flashlight shook in my hand, reflecting off the rough concrete walls, which looked dirty or stained. With each step, the smell got worse. It was a mixture of mold, oxidized metal, and something more pungent, like rotting flesh. The sound of my footsteps echoed in a strange way, as if the tunnel had no end. My hands passed along the walls to guide me, and that's when I noticed deep scratches covered the concrete, marks made by something or someone trying to get out. Some were small, as if human hands had tried to excavate the impossible. Others were so wide that I didn't even want to imagine what could have caused them. I kept moving forward, my heart beating like a drum in my chest. After a few meters, the tunnel split. The dim light revealed two directions. To the left, a passage that disappeared into total darkness. On the right, something different. There was a metal door, large and rusty, with a small circular window at the top. My instinct screamed not to open that door, but something stronger. Curiosity, or perhaps stupidity, forced me to continue. As I got closer, I saw something that made me hesitate. Dark stains ran down the door, forming dry trails down to the floor. It was hard to tell if it was blood or something worse, but the smell was unmistakable. I rested my hand on the cold doorknob, trying to muster the courage to open it. My reflection in the circular window seemed distorted, as if the glass was trying to warn me. With a firm push, the door creaked open. On the other side, I found something that made me gasp. A small room, dimly lit by a fluorescent light flickering from the ceiling. In the center, there was an industrial freezer. It was surrounded by steel shelves with labeled boxes and containers. I took the flashlight beam and shined it into the freezer. On the outside, there were scratch marks, as if someone or something had tried to open it from the inside out. The tunnel seemed longer and darker than anything.
Now, we do remember that at the beginning, he said that this was Diddy Mansion, Sean Combs' mansion, one of his Beverly Hills mansions, and that he was a cleaning company. And, you know, these things he wasn't supposed to found, but he found them. And, you know, he telling the story now. The story's getting out now, whether we believe it or not. Okay? Whether we believe it or not, this story is being vividly portrayed. It's being we getting a vivid scene of it, hearing what we hearing it, but we can see it. You hearing, but you can see it. You know what I'm saying? Whether you believe what you're hearing and what you're seeing with your eyes, because I know your imagination allows you to see. I don't know if you believe it or not, but this young lady says, "Where are the children?" She said, "Where are the children?" Allie Carter says, "Where are the children?" And this guy's saying, "Yo, I found some shit, yo, and I'm spooked out, and I don't know how to explain this. I didn't know how to explain it back then, but because now it's really out, I'm so comfortable to be able to tell my story."
Real, as if it existed somewhere else, a space outside of reality. Every step I took seemed to take me deeper, not just underground, but into something darker and more dangerous. I knew I had crossed an invisible line. He was no longer just a curious worker. I was an attacker in a place that should never have been discovered. As soon as I pushed the door open, I was hit by a wave of cold air, thick and oppressive, carrying a smell that was impossible to ignore. It was a mixture of rotten flesh, rust, and something sweet, which could only be described as the presence of death. The room was small, but it seemed larger in the almost absolute silence, where even the sound of my breathing echoed like a scream. The center of the room was dominated by an industrial freezer, huge and imposing, like a silver monolith that seemed out of place in that space. Its steel walls were stained with rust marks, but what really caught my attention were the deep scratches that covered the surface. They were long, jagged, and looked like they were made by human fingernails. Later, as I analyzed it, I felt a chill as I realized that the scratches were on the inside. Surrounding the freezer, metal shelves lined the walls, each carrying plastic boxes and vacuum bags stacked in methodical rows. The labels on each item were handwritten in quick, irregular handwriting, as if the author was in a hurry or nervous. The names caught my attention immediately.
I know y'all a little bit into it. But you know, we don't have to believe this. We don't have to believe that Diddy is serving some type of entity. We don't have to believe that these rock bands, these heavy metal bands, you know what I'm saying? When the heavy metal bands was part of it, oh, we believed it. We believe it. And now that one of your people that look like you is the main man of it, of a department of it. We don't want to believe it. No, we gotta believe that this shit is all still real. And like that rabbi says, you know what I'm saying? These folks came here with their father Lucifer, and they've been serving since the heavens and music, and they've serving down here with the music, the culture. See, the culture, yo. Do y'all want this to be y'all culture? This Jezebel demonic spirit culture is our culture? Save the culture, save the culture. Save what part of the culture? Why is this not playing? Oh, you so annoying. Wait, let's try and get another one in there. I'm trying, folks. I wish I had the right tools, the right technology to really give this, but at least we have a little bit of technology to give this. 20 years ago, I didn't have the ability to do this. 20 years ago, I was looking for my Illuminati tape. I'm going to play, actually, I'm gonna play that tape with John Todd. Yo, please, come on back. Please give me some reception. I want to deliver this. I'm enjoying myself. Please, let me relay this message. Give me my internet. Fuck this internet, y'all. Shit's annoying. So annoying. I'm holding back everything from just throwing this. I just want to throw it. I just want to throw this right here. I just want to break it. I just want to break all technology. I just want to go smash every bit of technology. Then you guys won't be able to hear and see me unless you see me in the flesh. And that's what I want. I want y'all to see me live in the flesh. That's why I wanted to do this inauguration march and rally. That's the reason why I want to hit the streets. But right now, the people are not ready. The people are not ready for real. So we sit back and we wait. We sit back and we just wait. Yo, look. If I'm just going to be used for the war, if I'm just going to be used to become mincemeat, then so be it. But I'm not going to be trying my best to wake up a sleeping giant that's only going to remain asleep. This is spiritual warfare we're fighting. And I've been fighting this spiritual warfare a long time. We could say poor internet service, but I say it's bullshit. It's bullshit. They don't want this message to be relayed, folks. They don't want me to get this message out there. They don't want you to hear. They want you just to go and be like, oh, F that. You know, I'm going to tune into something else. So they can win. They can win. Say no network available. They can win. Now it's connected. They can win. They can win.
Are you using your home address for business, but know it's hurting your brand image? And I posted one?
Seemed crazy, but there was something about the voice of the... Welcome, Outsif, forever. What did he see? And what would you do in his place? If this story holds you until the end, subscribe to the channel, share the video with someone you know will
it's be like Tales from the Crypt.
And comment below what you would do in their
I'm gonna hit
place.
you up with a different story.
Let's unravel this mystery together.
Hit you in the
Some
head.
decisions seem harmless at first glance, but they have the power to change everything. That night, while checking the upcoming deliveries at the warehouse, an unexpected call transformed what should have been just another day at work. Marcos, I have a proposal you won't want to refuse. The voice on the other end was firm, almost hypnotic. It's transportation from Houston to Las Vegas. Simple and quick. $20,000. Cash. I stopped for a moment. 20,000. For a trip I could take in my sleep. My head was spinning with questions I didn't dare voice. But then he blurted out something that made the call even more surreal. Diddy. Yes, that Diddy, the music mogul. I'm not much into celebrities, but the name was unmistakable. Why would someone so powerful hire an ordinary truck driver like me? I looked around me.
Because they need a person who's in desperate need, who needs the money bad, understand who's going to take this job and take the orders. They need to know who they have on their payroll, okay? What companies they have on their payroll. Who can we have to do this job? Oh, I got a good guy, right? Pedro, yo, he's not going to answer no questions. He's just going to drive this. You sure? Yeah, Pedro, yo, he's struggling right now. You know what I'm saying? He needs this money.
At the small warehouse where I worked, the shelves of worn-out tools, the lingering smell of burning oil, and the old cab of my truck that was in dire need of repair, with bills piling up and my family depending on me, refusing seemed crazy. But there was something about the voice of the man who introduced himself as Cain that bothered me. A dry, calculated tone that seemed to hide more than it said. What's the charge? I asked, trying to hide my curiosity. He laughed, a short, humorless sound. It's none of your business. Just drive. That should have been my warning sign. But $20,000 can silence any voice of caution. Ignoring the knot in my stomach that insisted on warning me, I agreed. Later, as I adjusted...
This is how they can move. Because they look at the payroll, they look at who they have underneath their payroll, they look and see what business they have that they own. Just like the rabbi says, the dude asked him, I'm curious, how did you guys infiltrate the church? So easy, with money. We bought them. We bought them. We buy them. And that's been the problem with black folks. We've been the ones who always have a blind eye. As long as we get a couple dollars, a couple 20s, keep you quiet. Oh, I ain't see nothing. I don't know nothing.
Did the truck's mirrors and checked the tires, a strange feeling came over me. It It was as if he was on the edge of a precipice, about to take a step that had no return. If I had known what was coming, maybe I would have hung up the phone and continued with my simple life. But the truth is that some decisions, once made, open doors that can never be closed. At that moment, I didn't know I was about to step into something that would not only change my life, but mark me forever. Just before dawn, I arrived at the indicated location. It was a desolate warehouse, surrounded by rusty barbed wire and with a single light bulb blinking intermittently over the entrance. The place had a heavy atmosphere, as if it hadn't been used for anything.
Remember Frank Lucas, American Gangster, and how they was moving the drugs? See, now this was in the movies. This is a black man. It said that he was transporting, and I remember my neighbor lived right across the street from me. He was telling me the same story before that movie came out. Before American Gangster came out, he said he just started talking to me out of nowhere, and the way he was just looking, the way he was just spaced out, he knew he seen and was involved with something that was really atrocious. It was really horrible. His blank stares, he smoked his cigarette all the way to the bud, to the filter, then smoked another one, and just going into the story, and then told me how he was initiated to the story, into the whole, just into the gang life, the Italian mob life, or should I say, not the gang, but the mob life after coming from the military. You guys got to understand how all people are chosen for the position that they're chosen in. They have to have some type of dark side. So they hiding drugs and dead bodies in the coffins, opening them up, putting the body. And this is what he told me, you know what I'm saying? Okay? Before the movie. My neighbor told me this shit. Before that movie came out, this was crazy. So when that movie came out, I'm looking like, oh shit, he was dead serious. What we do as human beings for money, human trafficking, drug trafficking, sex trafficking, people turn their backs and they turn their minds off when it comes to how much they can get. I didn't do it. I didn't kill him. I'm just doing my job. 300,000 plus are missing. Why? Because people play their position. They play their role. They play their part. That's the Jezebel spirit. This Jezebel spirit, this ain't no female thing. This is a spirit. It's an entity. And this dude said 75,000 years ago, these niggas came down here with our father, Lucifer. And Lucifer was what? He was the prince of music. He was the prince of air. He was the prince of waves. He was the prince of this. And we follow that nigga so we can continue our music, our freedom. I don't know. I'm just trying to put the pieces together. You guys help me. You guys are more knowledgeable than I. I'm an ignorant man. I'm a silly, I'm a dropout. I'm not well studied. But I know what I know, and I know what I heard, and I know what I feel. And if we are acting like savages now, if Sean Combs made billions because of being a savage, and the practices that goes behind it, the rituals that go behind it, to stay in power, and people been doing whatever they had to do to get that fame and that power, and serving that entity and sacrificing whatever they had to sacrifice, whether it was their mother, their child, Jennifer Hudson, her whole family, Beyonce sacrificed that dude. that rapper, the one she made the sex tape with. These people sacrifice these folks. They allow shit to happen. They have a blind eye to reality. And once it takes place, once you in, and they're going to hold that against you for you to go deeper and deeper and deeper where you like, you know what, I'm all the way in. It is what it is. And then you looking numb at a basketball game. You looking real numbed because, yo, you just did what you did, and now you at the basketball game to cover up the fact that y'all just had a human sacrifice. And so they looking at Beyonce. Why does she look like that? Because she just came from a ritual. And they trying to say, no, we was at this, we was at the hotel. We went from the hotel, we went to the basketball game, then we had dinner. And she's sitting there looking like this, spaced out. Like, why does she look like that? Because if you see what she's seen and know what she know, you be sitting there like that too.
Legitimate in a long time. As soon as I parked the truck, two men stepped out of the shadows. They wore dark suits and had looks that seemed to stare at you from a distance. They didn't introduce themselves, nor did they try to hide the tension in the air. "Is that Marcos?" asked one of them, in a dry voice that perfectly matched the coldness of the environment. I just nodded, feeling the discomfort spread through my body. Without another word, they opened the gate with a metallic creak and signaled me to enter. In the center of the shed was...
Do you want to receive beautiful crystals every month without breaking the bank? I know what you're thinking. It must be too good to be true. What's the catch? We just want your feedback on the crystals we sent.
That witch shit, huh? That witch shit, huh? Crystals? I don't know.
It was the trailer I was supposed to transport. It seemed ordinary at first glance, but as I got closer, I began to notice details that kept me on alert. The trailer was wrapped in thick chains and sealed with padlocks that looked like they were used to secure safes. On top of the back doors was a red seal with symbols I didn't recognize, but which exuded an almost official seriousness. "This is the charge," said one of the men, handing me a thick envelope. Inside are the delivery address and instructions. Don't ask questions, and above all, don't touch the trailer. Understood? The coldness of his voice should have turned me away, but instead I risked asking, "And what exactly is in here?" The other man stepped forward, his gaze so heavy it made me instinctively step back. "It's none of your business," he said with a tone that sounded more like a threat. At that moment, I knew that any other question would be a mistake. I climbed into the cabin and started the engine.
This is why they need people to be on the drugs and the alcohol.
Trying to ignore the knot in my stomach. As I left the warehouse behind, the silence of the road seemed to amplify my thoughts. The trailer behind me was a mystery, but the weight I felt, even without seeing it, was palpable. During the first few hours, everything was peaceful. It was as if I were transporting some kind of cargo. But as the sun began to set, the tranquility gave way to something more disturbing. The sounds began. First, just slight squeaks that I attributed to the movement of the trailer. But as the roads became more winding and the night wore on, the noises became clearer. It wasn't just creaking. They were like muffled murmurs or something dragging. My mind started creating scenarios. Animals?
Now, when Trump was in office the first term, I believe that they found a couple of trailers on the road in hot summer in Texas and shit like that, and saved a few humans, you know what I'm saying, from being trafficked. He's the one that's been paying attention to that movie that Mel Gibson got behind and finding those people. He's been mentioning them. He mentioned that on his campaign trail. He talked about it. I'm just saying, folks, that president talked about it. With Sounds of Glory, what's the name of that movie? Sounds of Freedom. Sounds of Freedom. The stupid thing is, It's not working again. But was it Sounds of Freedom? Wasn't that the movie that Trump kept mentioning? Folks, this has to be the year that we, the people, make a real effort on making this a mainstream topic. To be honest, I think that we should do like countdown. We want to save 150,000 people this year. And every day we should count off how many people were saved. Okay? Every day we should be acknowledging how many people was rescued. We rescued 2,000 people today. We rescued 50 people today. We rescued only 2 people today. Every day we should be giving account of how many people we rescued. That's the way that we bring accountability and bring awareness to this situation. We need to have this as the mainstream conversation. The same way they be talking about the death rate, the COVID rate. Remember how every day they were showing how many deaths was because of COVID? They need to do the same when it comes to human trafficking. How many people were saved today? We saved this amount of people in Turkey. We saved this amount of people in Peru. We saved this amount of people in Texas. See, this is bringing real awareness. Everything for the count 365 days for this whole year 2025 is the countdown. It's the Ali Carter challenge. That's what we call it, the Ali Carter challenge. How many children did we save today? The same way they used to have them on the milk box. Now, I mean, this is going to sound horrible, but I used to really look forward to getting the milk carton and looking on the back. It's not really seeing them, but just to see that the effort was being put out there. To see, did I ever see this person before? No, I never seen this person. But they used to put them on the milk cartons. The missing children used to be on the milk cartons. They took that away. The fuck wrong with y'all? Don't act like this wasn't real back then. This still is real. They just took it all away, and we must bring it back to the light. Where are the children? They took away the milk cartons, the paper cartons, and they gave us toxic ass plastic that's killing us. That's what they gave us. They gave us plastic bottles that's killing us. Makes me sick every time I'm drinking from this shit. No, it really do. It hurts my stomach. Only some, not all. You are not ignorant. You are questioning what is being fed to you. I wish I knew what you was talking about. Only some. What did I say? What was I talking about? Only some, not all. You are not ignorant. You are questioning what is being fed to you. What you talk about? Relevant love? Please tell me. I'm trying to. What did I say? What did you respond to? Damn it! Please help me out. Because, I'll be black and I'm just talking. I don't know what I said that made you say that. Only some, not all. You're not ignorant. You are questioning what is being fed to you. I wish you can enlighten us on what you're talking about. Once again, folks. So we did 2 hours and 40 minutes with this. I will come back to this. This is because I guess because it's doing this, I can come back to these videos and these audios, and we can make this part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. But we need to get the 365 days of saving these children, saving these people, saving the human cargo. We need to see results. These newscasters make me sick, the smiley faces they be having. Their nice dresses they be wearing, their nice suits they be wearing, their hair looking all neat. No news reporter need to be looking like that. Real news reporters need to be looking like they ain't get no sleep. They've been they stressed out because these are real stories, not looking like some old freaking glamour girls. Nobody, that's corny. I'm looking at the news like, oh, she good. She look good. Oh, she bad. Oh, damn. No, they need to be looking hysterical. Reporting real news. Who cares about these Christmas gifts and what these parades and all that stupid, corny shit? I want to know about where are these children? Where are these humans at? Yo, what's really good? Who's talking now? Who's saving the people? But sitting back and just allowing this news to continue to do what it normally do, which is brainwash you, confuse you, manipulate you, mislead you, is not what we can do no more. So we really need the countdown to 150, countdown to 300,000. This dude said they do this shit. Hundreds of thousands of your kids is snatched up yearly, especially around their Passover time. That's what the rabbi said. That's what he said. He said we mix their blood in with them, and y'all still say, oh, he lying. These girls come and they say, yo, they was part of this ritual. They was the ones that's laying on the table. People was eating fruit and food off of them. They had little children at these parties, dressed up looking like they was old people. Then you have Value Entertainment, have the lady on the Lucas, forgot her name, but Lucas. And she's on the show and she's saying that she was part of the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. Concubine, and she was a little child because they believe in pedophilia. And we say, oh, no, it's not real. But that's why I say it's very important for us to keep that goalpost right there. Let's keep kicking the same field goal. Let's keep practicing kicking in the goalpost. Don't move it. The goal is to find these children, and that's what I'm saying. We need to have an update every single day. Every single day, we need to have an update on where the missing children found, missing people found. We found, do you know what how the people really would be? I think the people will be moved by that information. Because once again, we used to have the milk cartons and they used to say, have you seen this child? We used to have the commercial come on every night, every news. It say, missing child. Have you seen Gloria? She's 13 years of age. We used to get that every night on the news. Don't take this away. But not only say missing, we need to start saying who's found. We got to give hope to the people so the people is filled in their spots, become their purpose. We need to have watch. We need to have watches, human watching for certain trucks. Like this guy going to explain the trucks if you're on the road to look for, the symbols to look for, the numbers to look for. These immigrants that's coming here that's taking these jobs, they just taking it because they need the funding. They getting the training. And they driving these trucks because they moving this cargo, folks. Don't think for 1 second that is regular tax ID companies that's doing a lot of this shit. There's a lot of illegals that's being used for this movement. They illegal. They don't even count. They understand what I'm saying? They illegal. They not even
machines or something worse.
They not even citizens. They not even in the census. They not even registered. So they're a ghost. So when you have ghosts moving ghost cargo, it makes it that much more serious.
My instinct was screaming to stop the truck and check, but the words of the men in the warehouse echoed in my head. Don't touch the trailer. I continued driving, sweat dripping down my temples, even with the air conditioning on. The feeling that something was wrong was almost unbearable, but the fear of being followed or watched kept me going. When I finally arrived at the address in Las Vegas, a group of men were already waiting, as cold and calculating as those in the warehouse. They opened the gate to an underground garage and instructed me to park. Without saying a word, they began unloading the trailer. They moved the boxes with frightening efficiency, as if every second counted. I stayed in the cabin, watching from afar, with my heart racing. Hours later, one of the men approached and threw an envelope on the passenger seat.
Yo, my homeboy, he became a truck driver, and so I used to drive with him. Like I said, I had a few friends that was in it. One Colombian dude, and this other dude, he was Puerto Rican and black. Like I say, they give the jobs to a lot of Hispanic folks. A lot of Hispanic people driving these trucks. Don't get nothing twisted. And so, you know, we go there, we get loaded up, and then we take it somewhere and then we unload it. But we not unloading. We just sitting in the seat waiting for them to finish unloading. Then we take the truck and drive it back in. So not seeing what's in there. You guys be on the highway, you be driving, and we be seeing these big ass trucks zooming by all over the place. But we have no clue of what they holding, what they transporting. This is annoying the life out of me. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to make a part 2, because like I said, I got some videos that we can keep going into. I got some archive videos. I'm going to keep going with that rabbi, because I'm going to beat that shit in your heads. I'm going to beat that rabbi shit. He said 75,000 years ago, we came here to this planet with Lucifer.
Mixed with something much darker, a feeling that this was far from over. As I drove home, the silence on the road felt even more oppressive. Every kilometer traveled took me further away from Las Vegas, but not from what I had just experienced. I knew.
Yeah, like I said, this is annoying the life out of me, because I just want to be in. We honestly, if it wasn't doing this, if it wasn't idolizing, we probably would have been back and forth. I probably did like 2 other videos. But because it's doing this, it's stretching it. And so therefore, what we're going to do is we're going to come back to it, because Allie Carter says this. And not just because she said, but because Hood President Don is saying it too. We got to cover this, and we can't let it go.
No matter how hard I tried, that surrender was just the beginning of something much bigger and much more dangerous than I could imagine. A few weeks have passed.
This is annoying me though. When you mention our people following the devil's lead and not question what Diddy's influence has been on our people, you were putting yourself down, claiming you were ignorant. Not true. You know what? Thank you, Rev. I only did that so people won't be looking and saying, "Oh, why you act like you? Why you act like you?" You know how we do. So I only included myself and put myself down so that people won't be acting like I'm not part of the problem. Oh, you act like you. So what are you doing? I didn't want them to start coming and being ignorant on that level. So I had to dumb down. Okay. But I never liked Diddy. I never really was a fan of bad boy music. It was something about it. Back then, like I say, I was on point with this Illuminati shit for a minute. So I was looking at every artist as they was coming out, trying to figure out who's with what. And I felt that Sean Combs was part of it from day one. From day one. Married all of them from day one. No matter how much we like the music. Oh, that's my girl. Down for day one. And one thing I really noticed that when you showing your allegiance to it back in the 90s, the way they showed their allegiance was the cutting and the dyeing of the hair, dyeing blonde. That was my way of knowing who was showing their allegiance to their god Lucifer. God has used the uneducated to speak truth. This is the mankind education, not God's. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, you know, it's going to come from the lower level. That's why I'm hoping that you guys don't assassinate the messenger. Just listen to the messenger. We have a message to deliver because we're going to wake up the people, because this is the wake-up call. We're going to save our people. And like I say, it starts with us focusing on these children. And I promise you, if we can get our newscast, I hope somebody picked this up, folks. I'm only just going to say 1,000 words and you guys pick them up. I'm going to say 1,000,000 words. You pick up the words and run with it. We need to get our news people, our newscasters, our newspapers, the same way they have an obituary section and telling us who died. They need to have a section in newspapers giving all the names of people that was found and unified with their families. And I ain't talking about just. I'm not talking about border control. I ain't talking about border patrol. I'm talking about human trafficking. I'm talking about trucks found, people found underneath the ground, people found in cages, people found in tunnels, people found in mansions, people found in these. Okay, you do okay. You know where you first need to start? We need to start focusing on these foster homes. That's where you first start. The foster homes. All these foster parents. Every foster parent needs to be checked all over again. Every single foster parent. I don't even care if you was a foster parent in the 70s, you haven't been doing it since. I would like for you to be investigated and find out was there abuse within you and find out where this ring come from. Because the foster care system has an underground ring as well. The adoption center, the adoption all that. That's the agent. Those agencies are where we need to start investigating. Those foundations out there. We need a firm investigation and background check of all these agencies, all these government programs that focus on these children. We need to really have some real right now, 2025 should be the year of private investigators. We need like 1 million private investigators to come off these platforms and hit the streets and do the same thing that in that Credible Hawk, Mr. McGee. Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. We need 1 million Mr. McGee's trying to find that green monster. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine a team of Mr. McGee's on their mission? They fund it, and their mission is to find the secret underground movement of human trafficking and whatever else comes with it. That's what we need right now. The CIA now, we need that. We need a underground movement of sleuths, private investigators. That's just me, folks. All right, this is a pain in the ass. We will return. We will return. But this is only going to piss me off more and more. And I'm going to hold you off for another one because this is a good one. This is a great topic. Where are the children? What about the children? Where are the children? Message. All you Pan-African mother effers out there. who's talking about building schools and building institutions for these children. Right at this moment, right at this second, I'm not going to lie, your school is irrelevant. We need to focus on saving these children. 300,000, saving these children, saving these babies from this corrupt system. Let's save these children. Oh, well, my job is to educate them. Your job is to save them. Now, our job is to find them, save them, and protect them. And that's where we should be right now. 2025 has to be a year of saving our people. That's the soup of the day, saving our unidentified people. Okay? Soup, the soup of the day. What's the soup of the day? Humans. That's the soup of the day. You know, like when you go to West Indian restaurants and the soup of the day, it'd be like cow foot soup. The soup of the day is human beings. So, folks, I gave you, we almost at 3 hours. This shit hasn't come back on. But you guys know I can really dig in and give you another hour of this conversation. But we ain't gonna do that. We're gonna save it for another one. This is definitely my platform is focusing on our children, our babies. We was going to do the Super Coon because we have Umar Johnson, and he talked about calling Candace Owens a Super Coon. So we was going to do that. And there was Candace Owens is a very interesting young woman, and like she said, she wasn't awoke. She was still sleeping back in 2014 or so, and now she's awoke. That's what she said in one of her videos. She's waking up, and I would like to see the true woken Candace Owens and what she got to say. I would love to see her jump on this campaign where the children. I could see her in 2025 really getting this hashtag where the babies, where the children at. Okay. Black History Month we got to turn it up. Black History Month, I want to see how many African American people have been saved out of this hostile, wicked, inhumane culture, because it is a movement, it's a culture, it's a practice. Human sacrifice is a practice. It is a culture. I would love to see how many people is saved. We say we need GPS. That might be the campaign. Okay, human GPS. You say CPS? What's CPS? With CPS, I'm a little off, but we need like these private eyes to become the human GPS. You know what I'm saying? We need a real GPS service to save our people, to find our people. What's CPS? Color people. What's CPS? Get in there before I end this. I would like to know what CPS is. Relevant love. If you can answer this, let me know what CPS is. I got a wrench for you. You got a minute and a half. You got a minute and a half to get that up there because I'm gonna end this live soon. So please, CPS. Please, relevant. Let me know what CPS is. I'll be dumbing out sometimes. I don't know what CPS is. What that stand for? And this is still circling. So it sucks. But yeah, that's the focus. You know what I'm saying? Candace Owens, I'm hoping that you can pick this up. I hope that somehow, some way, you see my little channel and you see my $20 bill. I know the handwriting's sloppy, but what about the children? Hashtag Allie Carter. Not Allie like Alley. No, not that. A-L like Sally. Just take away the S. Allie. The Avengers. I like the movie The Avengers. Okay, folks. Oh shit! You know what? This phone's on 6% too, so we're gonna end this live. We're gonna charge up, and if I feel up to it, maybe I'll come back at 12 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? It depends on how I feel. If I'm not too sleepy, maybe I'll come back in and try and give you a little bit more, because I have a whole lot to give on this topic. I promise you, a whole lot. No doubt. We're gonna keep going on this one. This is definitely my lane. I'm gonna stay in this lane, folks. I got you. Like the young lady says, she says, you know, who's talking about it? Well, let Allie know that Don M is definitely, he has her back. He's gonna talk about this shit because we want to know who are the superstars and the celebrities, but what about the folks? I think my shit about to come. What about all those folks who's not superstars? What about all those creeps that's out there that want to be, who want to get that status, who do whatever it is they need to do to get that status? What about those creeps that's out there that's in the
Since that delivery that I would rather
in the prostitution world, and young girls and providing entertainment? And they start off that way, then they move up in the ranking to become part of the human trafficking and human traffickers. Inmates, people who's coming home from jail, creeps. But I don't know, folks.
The money was in the bank, the bills were finally paid, and my family seemed calmer. But inside me, the discomfort persisted. No matter how much I tried to push it away, the sounds of that trailer and the cold gaze of the men who unloaded it could...
We're going to pick up from there. All right. So thank y'all for y'all listening ear. Thank y'all for y'all support. Like I say, I'm going to have to let my phone charge up some more.
Have you heard about these cutting-edge orthopedic insoles that people can't stop talking about?
Keep going in and out. So it's really aggravating me. If the internet was smooth, I promise you, yo, I've been zoning out on this way differently.
Continued to haunt me. It was on an ordinary afternoon that the phone rang again. As soon as I answered and heard Kane's voice.
Kane. All right, folks, this shit is pissing me off. So we're going to stop right here. Thank you for your listening ear. If there's anybody who would like to help out with this whole movement in this channel and just my efforts, we got dollar. Let's see if I can get it up there. Doing it backwards, you know what I'm saying? You got $ IC Don 167. Like I say, we about to go a little bit harder. We about to research a little bit more, and we're gonna go a little bit more in debt. You know what I'm saying? We'll pull up more stuff. And if you want me to research something and dig something up, maybe I could do that as well. Somebody, Stormy sent me this. She said Soylent Green, Soylent Green, the movie. I'm gonna see what that's about, Soylent Green. But it takes time out to sit there and watch these things. It takes time to really sit there and listen to these things. It takes energy to take notes and to build up the energy to talk about it And it takes time to sit here in this one little spot like I'm a student. You know what I'm saying? Nobody do this shit in school. Sit in the one spot. I ain't even take a pee break. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even have to use the bathroom. But that the whole point is the fact of be sitting in one spot and not getting a grade. I'm not getting a grade for it. No one's checking my work, and I'm not getting paid for it. So if there's anybody who would like to support the cause, you can. But the more support we get, maybe we could really be the ones that really pushing this shit. Like I say, with my life, I don't want to do nothing except for the work. Make me become that private investigator. Help me become that private investigator. If you guys want to see Geraldo and a person going underground, and really help me be that one. We need the resources. And this is for real. If you guys want to see victory, help me get to Allie Carter. Help me build with her. Help me build with all those other victims. Ciao. Sorry. Sorry, CPS. All right, Relevant. You got it. You got it, Relevant. You got it as I was about to depart. Okay, you get a mod stick. Type something in there, make sure it's there. Type me something real quick, Relevant Love. Make sure your stick is on deck. Put that stick on the screen. Let me see that wrench. Child Protective Services. My bad. Yes. But that's what we need. We need our own Child Protective Services, because don't get nothing twisted. Every agency that's out there has a major corruption in it. Therefore, we need to have our own combative agencies. Okay? So Child Protective Services, we need our HPS, Human Protective Services. Okay, so let me see some Relevant Love before we tap out of here. Let me see that mods. Let me see that wrench. But I got to let this phone charge up. We only at 3%. We're gonna keep going though. Like you said, we definitely gonna keep going. The Avengers is definitely in full effect. Icy Dawn 167. I want to make me a costume. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, I really want to take this to another level. It might even sound corny, yo. It might sound corny what I just said, but yo, the only way for us to really take it to the next level, we have to become a little corny with this shit, because it is corny. So we got to pop the corn. I want to pop the corn. So we need to start making some uniforms. There you go. There you go. Relevant Love. Much love, young man. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So shout out to everyone on the tap in. Anti, thank you for tapping in. Thank y'all for y'all likes. As y'all tap out, if you ain't pressed that like button, hit that like button for us. We need to keep getting to these algorithms. We need to keep growing. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, man. Come on, help me build this up. Before Black History Month, let's get this up to 1,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even focused like on the monetary thing. I'll be looking at the shit like, how do I monetize? I don't know how to monetize, so I don't care. Okay? But we need to get some uniforms. We need our Avengers suits. We got to take this shit serious. And I don't care how cartoonish it sound, but we need our Avengers suits. HPS, Human Protective Services. Okay? We need to start protecting our own. Hancock is in full effect. Thank y'all for your listening and your support. Much love, respect. Peace out, yo. I'm gonna see y'all real soon. Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna come back because this is the topic. I'm in the zone. I feel like staying on it. I really do. It's just that this has been annoying me. You know what I'm saying? It's been annoying me.
It was as if that contact awakened something I had been trying to bury. Marcos, we have another job for you. This time from Tijuana to Los Angeles.
What?
The pay, $100,000.
What?
100,000.
What?
The amount echoed in my mind.
What?
Almost blocking out any rational thought.
$100,000.
My gut told me something was wrong, but $100,000 wasn't just a paycheck. It was a chance to change my entire life. What kind of load is all this worth? I risked asking, trying to sound casual. Kane laughed, short and dry, as if my question were a bad joke. You know how this works. Don't ask, just drive. My hesitation was evident, but he continued. Marcos, you've already proven that you're trustworthy. This is the kind of work that can take you to another level.
See, if we are to really get some victories in this year, 2025, we need a trucking company. We need a cleaning service. We need to really become part of the fly on the wall type of shit. And our job is just to be paying attention to the who's who, what's what, so we can get that cargo. That's what we need. Yo, Relevant, let me tell you something. Not only do God see me, but God sent me. All right? And hopefully you see me and feel me. But God sent me. And he sent you guys to me because we are the resistant. My channel is not for entertainment. My channel is for building. Are you not entertained? Thank you for your listen, your support. Have a beautiful night.